I'll hit the gram. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, we are live action. Yes,
Right.
yes. Oh yeah. Today we have a wonderful show. This one is really getting around some vibes. This is my brother right here, but I'll be remiss if I don't have the proper intro. So I want to make sure that the sound is right. People out there in the virtual land, send some emojis through the chats. Make sure that we um, are sounding right. Thumbs up, whatever you need to do in order to let us know that you are here with us in real time. But
You're
before before we jump into things, I I gotta give the proper intro. It's only right. It's only right to do a proper intro. So let me kick this thing off like this. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, let me flip the page over. Haha. There we go. We'll kick this thing off like this. Today we have a special guest. Born in Spanish Harlem, aka El Barrio. Raised in Staten Island, right across the Verrazano. He transformed childhood trauma into lyrical therapy and built a life where hip hop, hustle, and healing collide. From rocking stages alongside legends like Raekwon, the chef, records with Jae Millz, and Capone from CNN. Let's welcome a man who moves with intention, inspires through his action, and never forgets where he came from. Let's give a big round of respect to my brother, Frank Nitti.
I appreciate you, brother. How you feeling?
Yeah,
How you
love
feeling,
on.
my brother?
What is Gucci, family?
Every day above ground is a blessing, so we outside living it.
True indeed. True indeed. I mean, I see your energies radiating through the virtual land, man. It's always like that. Every time I come in contact with you, I always felt an energy that always surrounded you. First time I met you, every time I come around you, it's always a welcoming energy and spirit around you. So that's one of those gifts that not many people really have. A lot of times, a lot of people have energies where it warrants off people, and people feel like something ain't right with this situation. But from you, ever since the first time that we ever crossed paths, it always been like welcoming and open arms. And I want to really, really commend you, your family, your loved ones, children, wife, etc., for always just welcoming me, Liz, etc. when we come around. So I just want to commend you and the family for that alone.
I appreciate you, bro. The energy never lies. Family
Come
is
on,
family at the end of the day. You feel me?
true
That's
indeed.
what sorts out like people really think about like things on a bigger aspect than energy when it's everything is literally energy. So
Correct.
once you realize that is a bad energy and a good, yeah, bad energy and a good energy, like positive and negative, everything else just, you know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
Everything else is just little politics and semantics at the end of the day,
Things that we want to stay away from that we don't want to get caught up in, right?
for sure. Sometimes it's good to have a little tussle, but
Yeah,
majority of the time, just stay
it
out of
come with
that.
the
Ain't no money.
territory.
There's no money in that. There's no finances in
Not
that.
at all. Not at all. So, what I was explaining earlier, El Barrio, Spanish Harlem, Staten Island. When I first came across, I thought you was just Staten Island, raised, born, bred, etc. Because you rep so hard. Having that duality from being from two places and repping both of them, how did that shape and mold your identity to who you are today? I want to get that across because it feels like to me it's like two separate worlds. When you think about Harlem in general, and different, Harlem is broken up in different sects. You got the East Side, West, etc. Um, but then you say Staten Island. Initially, you think the Woo, you think of Mob, and for me, I don't know what everybody else thinks, but when I hear that, when I hear the names in general, it makes me think about two different distinct places that have two different ideologies, culture, and I want to know from who you are, how did that shape and mold your identity to who you are today?
It's crazy because I moved to Staten Island. My parents split up when I was 8 years old. So I moved out here when I was 8, but I was always bouncing around. Like I started fourth grade out here, but I didn't really like want to get to know new people and stuff. And I already had
Mm,
friends over there. So I just stood in my grandma's house in the city because my whole family
okay.
still lives in the city.
Yeah.
So I stood over there and finished out the fourth grade in the city. And then I came out here and started fifth grade out here.
Mm, I dig it. When you going back and forth, right? Was it a hard transition from being eighth grade, a young youth, normally having friends, family, etc., from being in one area and then having to travel to another place to get more familiar with new surroundings, new people, new environment? Was that hard for you to transition into that new state and new phase?
I mean, I feel like I always had the same aura that I have like now, where like you said it's
Mm,
like welcoming. Like that's crazy because I'm looking at the Instagram chat. My brother, SB Junior Sal, shout out to Sal. He moved to Florida. That's my first friend in Staten Island. My first
wow.
best friend like ever in Staten Island, and
Shout
we
out to
still
Sal.
cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? So
True indeed.
he's seen the transitions to me, like from even from the different phases of life, and you know what I'm saying, going from the troubled youth to you know what I'm saying who I am now. He's seen all of that. My brother, you know the vibe. So
Absolutely.
he,
Big shout out to Sal in the building. Big love. When I was gonna ask you that too. Um, when you said you had the same aura from who you are now, and pretty much this is who you were as a youth. I know there's some things that changed even when I was a kid, and I always had the energy when it comes to being, I was quote unquote almost a people pleaser. I would today understand that I always wanted to make sure everybody got along. So I did everything in my power to make sure everybody just got along. When people were in the wrong, I would tell them that they're right. If they asked me for their opinion, no, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. And I kind of, when I got older, I started to see how that could be damaging to people and to myself. So, were you as transparent and open as you are now? You wasn't.
definitely not. Definitely
Mm.
not. See, back then I was more like I don't want to be too poetic. Every time I get on an interview and stuff like that, like a podcast or something, I get so poetic with it.
No,
But
no, you know what? I want you to embrace that, though. I don't want to cut your wisdom, but one thing I want you to do is be fully you. Because the thing is, like, I keep making references to myself because I've gone through some of these transitions and phases, and every time I did myself a disservice is when I wasn't 110% authentically me. And not saying that you're not who you are, because you know who you are, but you don't never gotta dumb down. You don't never gotta raise to anybody else's standards. I want you to be exactly who you are, because one thing that is always going to seep through is the person that I know you to be. I want that to be the primary thing, because you got so many talents and gifts. And when I see you, there's so many things that remind me of of me in certain aspects. Certain things I see in you that I are distinctly different from anybody else that I haven't that I've ever seen. I mean, talking about just small things, we'll get there, but even performance. I seen you jump on speakers, and then I see you be in rooms where you just observing everything. So I've seen the vast. I've seen so many different versions of you, and I feel like be authentically who you are, because people will have a more of an understanding on some of the ways that you think about certain things. So when you say poetic, there's that comes through in your music. I know I'm talking a lot because people may not know, but even the poetic things, I draw so many connections with, like, when you do that, when you say being poetic, the environments that you allow me to be in and share space with you, doing my business, vending, etc. I've seen how the poetic aspect has such an influence into just who you are as a person, and that resonates with other people, um, in so many other forms of fashion. So I said all that long-winded stuff to say, man, I just want you to be 110% you, beloved.
yeah, so I feel like what I was gonna say was back then I felt like life had to break me to become the person that I am right now. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Without pressure, no diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh.
everybody sees the polished up diamond. And that's why I try to tell people. Like when I have conversations, like people on social media, and they seem to be like, oh, you know, but you did this and you did that. And I'm like, Yeah, but you didn't see what I had to go through to get to that point.
True
Like
indeed.
life really had to break me to become this calm, passive. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising two queens.
Absolutely.
So
Beautiful
I
daughters.
had to, life had to break me. I had to shake off some stuff that I couldn't take with me to where I'm at now. So
Mm.
that's what I meant to say when I was gonna say that. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
no
know what I'm
doubt.
saying? Like it was different. Like it's always different when a lot of like as normal like as humans, we don't want to like unlearn bad habits and unlearn things that were like programmed in us that don't serve us purpose, that they were just triggers from our parents or like other generations that were passed down to us. Like people
Mm.
feel like they don't have to unlearn those things and then rebuild themselves, but that's literally what I had to do. I had to unlearn all the things that I was made in and take the things that I didn't like out that
Yeah.
triggered me in the wrong way. So
Yeah.
this year majority I've been working on like this energy. Like I don't you saw last year and the year before that, like all these years I've been outside performing
Absolutely.
and I'm always outside, but
Always outside.
now I've been more personal with my energy. Like I won't even go to the studio if I'm not vibing with you or you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? It has to make sense to me now. Like
Yeah.
literally time is our most valuable asset. So y'all
For
can have
sure.
all the money in the world and it doesn't make you happy. So
Nope, not at all.
people need to get that out of they mind. Oh, well, I can't pay this or I can't buy that. Well, even if you could, there'll be something else that came that money can't fix.
Absolutely. So you think it's more of just a mental state overall?
Hmm.
Absolutely. I like that.
For
When
sure.
when I'm gonna take a step back before we jump there. When you said life had to break you, explain that.
So without going too crazy
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
into it, like
You whatever. Yeah,
I went through a lot of stuff. Like I'm from seeing things go on with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through a lot. I lost my aunt. I lost my grandma, on my dad's side. I lost a child. You know what I'm saying? So I've
yeah,
been through a lot to
yeah,
get to this point. And this point was like, okay, well, if I could get past those things, then everything else is really minuscule. Doesn't really mean a lot. Like if
yeah,
you can get past losing a child, you can get past losing somebody that you're really close to, or a loved one,
yeah,
then you know what I'm saying, you can really get through anything. It's just listen, emotions and you don't ever get over it. And I know people say like, oh, well, I lost this person. Listen, I get it, it hurts. You don't
yeah.
ever get over it and things are always gonna trigger that. That's why it's
Correct.
called a trigger. But you just get stronger and you learn how to wear that scar better. You know what I'm saying? Like that saying goes, it
Absolutely.
just because it looks just because it looks heavy doesn't we don't need help to carry it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just different things trigger different emotions. So you just gotta grow through stuff that you go through instead of just going through it.
Grow through it. You know what I noticed, right? When we younger, right, and we don't necessarily have the voice, because I equate this to some of the things that I was experiencing when I was younger as well. Um, Part of the people pleasing, not wanting to be on somebody's bad side.
Hmm.
I always found ways to try to wiggle out of situations that I felt that were difficult, and sometimes finding that voice without actually saying what I felt, I always resorted to telling everybody what they wanted to hear.
Hmm.
And what I learned through that, it was a mechanism that I learned over time in order to escape out of this particular situation. So when I talk about these things, I like to really gear it around when we talking about the youth aspect, having a voice. There's other individuals that came on the platform and they said, okay, that were artists. Some of the ways that they went through their trials and tribulations was scripting with the pen. They found the love for the pen. They found the love for arts. They found the love for watching movies. They came real scriptive in the imagination. They did a lot of different things in order to help themselves get through it. So on here, even though we are talking to a wide range of audience from youth to adults and from people here on out in the near future, when we're talking about going through difficult times, people will say just get through it or toughen up. I know for young men, there's always say you scrape your knee, yo man, just get up, man, start walking again. And sometimes emotionally, it may be too much for a child, whether girl or boy, when you just say just do without showing the action or the behavior on how to do becomes very, very difficult. I know there's a lot of households where children have to grow up earlier than they have to because of circumstance, environment, situations, etc. And I want to know, um, from your perspective, if there were some things that you have gone through, experienced, seen, whatever, as a youth, and you have gone through it now, you have to go through it to get to where you are now. What are some of the things that you would share with anybody that, or you talking to a troubled youth right now, and you see a guy, girl, young, and for some reason you just saying, okay, something's not right. We know this child right here is a bright individual. What was something that you would share with them to allow them to say, you know what, hey, you're gonna make it. You're gonna be able to get through that. Is there something that you can share, maybe from experience, or just your later wisdom now that you may be able to share with them at that time, or even an adult right now that's going through whatever? Is there something that you would share in order to allow a person to stay on the path of trajectory and getting through?
I would say stick to the plan, not how you feel, like not the emotion. Stick to the plan because emotions change. The plan's the
Mm,
plan. You know what I'm saying? So when you focus on something, like the biggest things that I learned as an adult that I wish I learned sooner
yeah.
was if you want to hide something from minorities, put it in a book.
Yep.
Um, the way you do anything is the way you do everything.
Heard
So,
that.
and it doesn't even have to be like people hear me say, like even people that I talk to now, they'll hear me say that for years, and then they'll do something, and I'll be like, you see, you
Mm,
did such and such in something else that had nothing to even do with this. Let's
yep.
just per se, you did something in music, like you did a shortcut here that showed up at your job, which now you're not making X amount of dollars because you messed up on that music thing back then.
Yep.
And that energy transferred into something else. You know what I'm
Sure
saying?
did.
Energy is always transferred, it's never lost, and people forget that.
Yeah. That's powerful. Is there how has faith, or um how has faith allowed you to get to where you are today? Did that play a
So,
role, or in
of
general? Just
course,
because I'm
definitely,
assuming,
for
but
sure.
I just want to hear it from you.
No, yeah, definitely, for sure. So there was a point in time, I want to say maybe like 2012, around there, 2012, 2014, somewhere over there.
Yeah.
I was doing multi-level marketing for
MLM.
this company.
Explain that for people that just don't know.
Multi-level marketing is like it's MLM, so it's you making money on a team system. You can make X amount of dollars for doing X amount of things. Pause. No diddy. But yeah, you selling the product,
Yep.
and basically the product was travel. I don't know, World Ventures. We'll just say it, but for what it was, I was doing World Ventures back then, and so before that, prior, I didn't really travel too much. I went to Florida.
Yeah.
So that's the sixth borough. Everybody goes to Florida. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't really like traveling. And then once I got involved with that, like I went crazy. I remember I went on like 42 vacations in 1 year.
42 vacations.
Yeah. I would go on vacation every other week.
What? That's unheard of. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think I've been to 42. What? Jesus
Yeah, no,
Christ.
it was different back then. But so this is what I meant to say. So I was really doing the company. Like I was really doing it. Not the
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
say that they're doing something. Like I was really doing it, and I was making residual income. So I was getting paid every first and the 15th of the month, whether I worked or not.
Mm.
So they were paying for a BMW that I had. It was just a whole bunch of craziness going on. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, at that point, it's like from the outside looking in, everybody be like, "This guy has it all. Like he's going
Yeah.
on vacation all the time. He's wearing these sneakers. He got this BMW. He wears these kind of clothes. Like he dresses like this. He got all these tattoos. He does this. He got a family. All so people would normally look at it like that, and it's like, all right, cool. So I'm making money, and me in my head, I'm like, I feel like there's something missing still. Like
Mm.
there's something that's like a detached. Like, all right, yeah, cool. I'm doing all this stuff, but it's not making me feel like I'm fulfilled or happy or whatever the case may
Correct.
be. And then so I went to the gym. Funny. I went to the gym and this guy I used to work with comes out and he's a pastor. So
Wow.
he's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what's going on? You still do that church thing on Sunday?" My he's a pastor.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
this how messed up in the head I was, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "You still do that church thing on Sunday?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, I might pop up." So it's like, all right. So I tell my wife one Sunday, I'm like, yo, you know, I'm gonna go to church. She's like, church? My church, you gonna turn on fire as soon as you walk through the door. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. So I went by
Yeah,
myself. I sat all the way in the back.
yeah.
So I'm listening to this message and the sermon, and it's like he literally is talking to me, and there's nobody else in the room, and I'm like, wow.
Things
So
really hit
like,
home.
yeah, like it hit home, and I started to cry, so I just got up and left, and then I came back the next week, and I brought the whole family, and then from there it was like magic.
Yeah,
Like that was what I was missing. Like that people think that it's the money or the things like just things. And these things are just, they can come and go. Like those
yeah.
things hold no value over your life. Just hold the value that you put over them. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like people, oh my God, I want a Lamborghini. Well, somebody else who doesn't have a car or never had a car, I want a Honda. You can keep the Lamborghini. Like if they all have the same purpose, it's just the value that you put on it.
Correct.
So I feel like the people need to learn more. Like if you're talking to the young person or even the older person that's stuck in the spot right now, just get out of your way.
Yeah,
Majority of the time, you're in your own way. Like there's
correct.
nothing else holding you back but you. It's you versus you. So why you
Hmm.
keep letting yourself lose?
Yeah. My man Raul got a brand like that. It's called Me Versus Me. And I think that's super, super profound because a lot of the things that we put into the ethos, put into the universe, it's always outward reflections of thoughts and perspectives that happen from within. So when you say about the value that we place on things, ultimately, that's the gem. When you saying finding that faith and having that gem right there, I believe that's one of the things that we can always instill in one another and pass that message along when it comes to youth, adults, etc. Listen, nothing has meaning unless you give it.
Hmm.
Nothing has meaning unless you give it. And I think that's super, super profound as we get into, age of enlightenment and start learning and growing and being more comfortable with self. I believe that because this the path that I'm really like on as well is continuously learning and growing and finding myself. I identify with who I am, but I'm getting more familiar with myself every day. So I do things that would challenge me in areas where I normally would feel super, super comfortable doing something totally different. Hey, I've been
Hmm.
doing this my whole life for this. I've been doing this thing this way my whole life, and it's been working. I'm going to continue to do it because it doesn't challenge me. But I started to find out. I watched something. I watched a TED talk by a lady named Laura Boyd, and I think she's I don't know if she's a clinical psychologist, something, but she works with the brain. She do cognitive things, and she
Hmm.
said that the way the brain works and how the brain strengthens and how you connect those neurons faster and how you get smarter, literally get smarter, is by doing things that you're unfamiliar with and challenging yourself in those areas. So I started to think about this in so many ways. I'm like, damn, am I not doing anything to get smarter, right? In the sense of just learning, whatever it may be,
Hmm.
or learning how to do something different if I'm not challenging myself. So now seeking challenges and things where I'm kind of unfamiliar, I understand that there's learned behavior that you adapt to. There's certain neurons that's gonna go on in your brain, and you slowly but surely start to connect the dots, and you start being like bewildered about the things that you start to accomplish. Because even
Hmm.
now, I used to tell myself the story of I'm not tech savvy, I'm not tech savvy, I'm not tech savvy. And I thought that my whole life. But it's so wild that now I'm using the technology to do the things that I'm doing now. Like, I was even putting up this mic. I called my boy 99 times, and he said, "Yo, listen, there's nothing else I can tell you about this thing. You just have to put the thing together and try the shit out, right?" Until I did it, I'm like, "Oh, I got it, I got it." But then there, I started to do more things, and more things made sense. You
Hmm.
about to say something though?
So I feel like this. So people think things are simple equivalent is like equivalent to easy, and it's not. So what we get so caught like strung up on is like, oh, I can't do that because it's hard and I don't want to learn how to do this new thing or whatever the case may be, or I can't do this new thing. So I gotta have somebody else do it for me. Is because like when you do something that you is hard for you to do, everything becomes easy. But when
Mm,
you do everything that comes easy to you, everything else is hard.
yep.
And we
Oh,
don't look at it from that like perspective. We just look at it like, nah, that thing is hard, so I'm not gonna do it. But if you did that hard thing, no diddy, it's like everything else becomes easier.
becomes absolutely.
And now it's like, oh, I could do that. What else can I solve? I got had this problem over here. Maybe I could solve that one too. And you just start solving problems. That's what
Absolutely.
people have to come. Like when you become a solution solver, like you have a solution for everything. Instead of looking at the problems, everything else goes
Mm,
away. A problem's only a problem because you're looking at it as a problem. So you
true
get more
indeed.
problems. What you focus on expands. So you
Wow.
focus on one negative thing. It doesn't matter how many positive things go on. That one negative thing you're focusing on is gonna ruin everything else.
Wow. So you solution based. So when you come up, when you in your life, you always just found solutions to the problems. No matter what you came up against, you say, you know what? Let's not focus on the problem. Let's figure out the solution. What? Okay, this happened, and now what? So you always look
Hmm.
at the and now what aspect when you came to just life,
Of
composing,
course. I mean,
music,
I'm
etc.
human. I'm human. So sometimes I get frustrated and I let my emotions get the best of me until I calm down and talk to one of my people that like know how to talk to me and they calm me down and it's like, all right, that thing that I was focused on this problem, but how can I solve that problem? So now it's like I'm focused on something else and I just I close the fucking bucket
Yeah,
and
I like
everything
that.
everything goes in there, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
it don't bother me no more. Like I said, when you go through hard things in life, like these little minuscule things, like yeah, they seem so big at that moment, but it's just like a stepping stone to get to where you're supposed to be. So you just gotta
Mm,
treat it as such.
I like that. Music. When has music? So we listen to music. We heard of different genres of music. We grow up around music. Definitely on the east side, I know you listen to all types of music. Definitely Hispanic
In fact,
because you Hispanic. But the culture of rap, hip hop, graffiti, I see all of that in your style when it comes to your artistry, from composing, from your look, your aesthetic, your newest video out. You got the bandana on. There's so many things that stand out to me that shows culture, and that's something I want to highlight. So when has this been a thing that you knew of? Of course, you grew up in it, so some things be like second nature. Yes, I'm Hispanic. That's what that is. But when it comes to adapting to an ideology about, okay, people like us do things like this. When it comes to rap, or we got to be in a cipher. When it comes to music, I gotta have the big headphones or the stereo, whatever it may be. When
bars
did you start?
matter. Let's keep that in the comments too.
Yeah,
Bars matter.
bars matter. When was music heavily influenced to where you say, okay, this is the thing I'm familiar with. This is the thing that I would love to do. Has it been
12
young,
years old.
older? When was that?
12
When
years
did that
old.
come in your life?
12.
12 years old.
Yeah.
So 12 years old was the time where you say, hey, music is the thing. What drew you to
Well,
music?
I was going, like I said, I seen my mom go through some stuff in her
Okay.
ex-marriage. So while she's going through these things, I'm like, dang, like who can I tell this to? I can't go to school and say anything. They'll take me and my siblings out of the crib, or
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't tell my dad because he's in a relationship with a new woman, so he's not gonna really care, or you know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So
For sure.
I was like, the only way I can really do anything is vent. And then my boys at that time used to rap, so I was the one always recording them like on the computer back then, the dial-up. I was recording them on the computer with the microphone, and they would come to the crib and record. So I'm like, maybe I could just, you know what I'm saying, pen some words together. You know what I'm saying? I would freestyle joking around sometimes with them playing, and they're like, nah, you could put some words together. Maybe you could do it. And I was like, all right. So the first song I ever wrote was actually for my mom.
Wow, that's dope.
And then like it was just a freestyle over a random beat.
Correct.
And yeah, it was yeah, some random song. And then I let her hear it. She started to cry, and I was like, oh God.
Wow, no way.
So then, yeah, so she was like, yo, you should do something with this. You could do it. So ever since then, I just took off with it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That's why my when I talk to people now, like I was just talking to my boy before we got on here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was like, yo, bro, I was listening to your catalog and you have like all different kind of music. Like you hit like every different, it's not just rap. Like you have mad different kind of music on there. And I'm like, bro, everybody wants to rap. That's not fun to me no more. Like I don't care about the rap. People know I can rap, and if you think I can't rap, listen, I got 10 hours worth of music on my discography. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I've been dropping
absolutely.
songs out since like 2018 out. Like I
Yeah,
had old songs, obviously like YouTube, SoundCloud stuff from
correct.
back in the day, but like out where people would actually go stream music, I
Yeah,
had to 2018. I got 10 hours worth of music out. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy.
That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Creating is easy for me. Creating is therapy. This is my therapy. So
Mm.
whenever you hear like my songs, nothing is fabricated. It's all like life lessons that I either been through or seen my mans or one of my people go through. You know what I'm saying? It's never nothing fake. There's never. I don't like that new cap rap like where people just feel like they can say whatever they want. I heard one of these new kids saying that he's outside whipping a foreign and he don't even have a license. Like, bro, why
Yeah,
you
yeah,
lying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not. I guess it sounds
Yes.
good
Yep, yep, yep.
until this girl like you. Now she want to go on a date. Where's this for? And then you say you even got a license, my boy. Like
Yeah.
that
So for
cap
you,
rap stuff ain't for me.
yeah, absolutely. So the essence of being able to tell the story, not just an expression, because the expression is what you want to get out, getting out this emotion. So you transferring that energy into there. Say, hey, I got something to say, and I want to get this off my chest. But in the midst of you doing that, you feel like keeping the essence of reality and trueness to who you are is very prevalent. You would say versus the
Of course.
fabrication aspect.
There's people in the world right now. It doesn't even matter if you're like a recording artist or whatever you do in life.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the world going through the same exact thing that you're going through, and they feel like they're alone and nobody else is going through it. So the
Mm.
only way that they're gonna know that they're not alone in what they're going through is if they hear your testimony, your story, which the first four words in testimony is test. You got to go through
Yes.
the
Yes.
test first to give the testimony. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's like you gotta do it. It's not even for you. So now at this point, while you holding all these things, and everybody has a story.
For sure.
Every single person, it don't gotta always be a sad story, but
Yeah.
every person in the world
Has
has
a
a
story.
story. If you
Absolutely.
never share your story, and you're one of those people that just nonchalant, I don't want to talk to nobody ever, I don't want to meet new people or whatever the case may be, you're never gonna live. People
Yeah.
are just existing. They're not even living. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Just because you breathe doesn't mean you're alive.
Yeah. That's so true. It makes me think about because funny that your boy said that about your music because when I'm going through your catalog as well, there's so many different nostalgic records, and it made me reflect and gave me different emotions about different things. You have records like Hope, and that record to me it felt like revolutionary. It felt like taking a stance on hey, um, what's going on in the world. This is something that we all need to be talking about. It felt like it was around the pandemic time. Am I right or wrong?
There's a video for it too. I was during that time they had a All Lives Matter protest rally in Jersey,
Mm.
and a few of my people were like, "Yo, we should go," and I'm like, "I bet." So we all went wearing our culture. So I had a Puerto Rican flag mask on with my
Absolutely.
hair two braids, and then I had the Puerto Rico flag shirt with a hand up on the
Ah.
back. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dope. It was dope vibes. So that's in the video, and then there's a part where in the video. I guess like I took a stand and I'm rapping and I just take the mask off and I just start
Mm.
rapping and it was so many symbolic things, but you know what I'm saying? Back then I wasn't really focused on like let me share this, so I wasn't really tapped into the algorithm. I was still working through the pandemic, so
Yeah.
everybody else was off, online shooting videos and making content, learning how to use the online stuff. I was still working, so
Yeah.
I was still doing the stuff that I knew how to do. Like I would chop music videos up and then post it or shoot a video or do a photo shoot or something and then add music to it or doing stuff that was simple for me to easy to do at that time. Like there's still stuff that I want to learn how to do, but I legit don't have time to sit down and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
You
learn
know,
something new in
at
this
this very
season.
time.
I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not saying that it's never gonna happen, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I do
The
things in
focus ain't there.
seasons. Yeah. So right now, like that's not in forefront of my mind, but so I still use people like photo shoots and shooting videos and editing videos and chopping it up and adding the lyrics. I don't want to do any of that. My life
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
already difficult enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And I got three other artists I gotta maintain on top of that, so it's like there's too
Management.
much going on. Oh
You
yeah,
have you.
I have a record label. I am LLC. That's what the email I sent you was I am LLC. I'm saying I have a record label. I am record label. Let's just put it that way.
See. I didn't know that. I thought you was managing. I didn't know you had the record label though.
But so what I did was when we did the LLC, when I first learned about LLCs,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
that way, I was like, oh nah. So now it makes sense how you move a certain way. And then I went to somebody that I knew, and they were like, yeah, so it's gonna be an umbrella for whatever stuff you want to put underneath this umbrella. So you
Makes
make
sense.
sure you put more than one thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. So we're gonna do. I am the record label. I am the clothing brand. I am the recording process, like the recording label. So now, like I'm traveling when I go see my one of my artists moved to Florida. When I go travel to Florida, I bring the mic with me. I gave him a mic when he left, so he has a microphone too. He got a
Dope.
laptop. He got a whole setup to record.
Absolutely.
My other artist Bree, she lives in PA. She has a microphone to record as well. But I go over there usually and record with her. Other artist Emily, she records on the island, so she's out here. She records. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
there's just so many moving pieces. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everything is all over the place. And
Absolutely. But the but
I still need
the
my help.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get it while you can. See, the thing is, you're resourceful and you're utilizing the resources. So a lot of times people get that misconstrued about using people because people misuse the term. So people say, "Oh, I don't want to be used." No, use me. If I could be um a contributor or an asset or a resource, utilize me. If I could do something that can aid you to get to from point A to point B, do that because I know there's
Sure.
helping hands that I could get from you as well. And I was one of those individuals that's super prideful, and I didn't like to ask for help. But I'm understanding now, like you can be self-preservation, first law of nature. You can preserve self. You can do what you can by yourself. But in order to impact the world, the masses, you got to join community. You got to build community, and
Hmm.
those people that are in your corner, from the management aspect, your artists, the videographers, the people that do the artwork. All
Even
that's
the people that support. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? Like I see people online and they cry about like, oh, well, my best friend's not sharing this and this person's not sharing this. It's crazy because the people that support me the most are people that I met doing shows that I don't really know. You know what I'm
real
saying? Like
talk.
I've made like the closest friends via music. Like I obviously I know people obviously
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are close to me, but
for sure.
the people that are the closest to me right now, like in my circle, I've met them at shows and I never knew. Like we met from completely different places. Like shout out to
Mm,
Dro YHM, Killer YHM. You know what I'm saying? Like I met them in a show and
yep,
we became the best of like that. Those are my brothers. Like and I'm
powerful.
sure that they would take a bullet for me the way I would take a bullet for
True
them. You know what I'm
indeed.
saying?
True
So
indeed.
it's like you not talking or going outside of your comfort zone is what's literally holding you back. And all you can see is the negative stuff. Oh, this
Yep.
person's not sharing, but what about the people that are sharing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
supporters that support you are what you need to focus on. Like
Yep.
I'm telling you, what you focus on expands. So when you
True
focus on the
indeed.
negative, oh, this person's not sharing, nobody's gonna share it.
Nope.
But if you focus on the two people that shared it instead
They
of the
gonna share
million
that.
that's not, those two people are gonna
Yep.
keep sharing your stuff because they
Absolutely.
see that you really appreciate it. Like you
Absolutely.
appreciate the stuff that they're doing for you.
That's so true. And a lot of times we get. I know I've got caught up in it. Um, had my brand out. Same thing. I there are people that love and support unconditionally because there are people that love you and they're gonna be in your corner regardless. Then there are people that you look at and say, "Hey, I think she's supposed to support because I've supported her, quote
Hmm.
unquote. He should support because every time he had something going on, I was front line for years or
Hmm.
this, blah 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 blah." And we get caught up on who's supposed to do what. And the thing is, like you said, that focus on what people are not doing is the lack of focus that you really don't need in your life. The focus
Hmm.
of worrying about the people that are there and building those things up and pouring more into those people. The thing is that over time, the right people gonna seek you out. I was talking to one of my coaches, and he was saying that declare whatever it is that you want, whoever you want to be involved in your life, your customers, your supporters, the people that you want to do business with. Declare who they are from you, from your mental state. Declare who that is because the people that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, that's not part of your tribe regardless. So if you got to
For
force them to
yourself.
be part of your tribe, that's not. I don't want to force people to be around me. So if whoever
Well,
want to be around me, I'm not forcing you to be around me. Whoever want to be around me genuinely wants to be around and be able to utilize my resources that I provide, and I be able to utilize their resources that they provide as well. So I started to look at things the same way that you started to speak about not worrying about who not doing right and worrying about the two
hmm.
people that are doing. It changed everything for me. It
Hmm.
built up my confidence. It built up it eliminated the distractions because a lot of times we focused on what he doing over there, what she doing over there, what bro said, what this day, and I started to realize that if people want to be a part of, people spend their time and money on the things that they want to do, regardless.
Facts.
So
Shout out to my guy in another one in the chat,
yeah,
Mr.
shout
Handsome
out to the
High.
homie.
You know what I'm
Who
saying?
that in
Like
the chat?
Mr. High, Handsome
Yeah.
High,
Handsome High. Big shout out. Big
amazing,
love.
amazing artist. If y'all not in tune with his music, get in tune with his music. He's one of the best artists like out.
Wow.
So even with him, like that's one of the like I knew him since the fifth, sixth grade. So it's
Wow.
like we knew each other and we have the best like this is one of the best connections I made as an adult with like
Mm.
another human being. Like that's my bro for real, for real. Like
Wow.
there's one of the best like relationships. Like
Solid
he's
dude.
solid in the studio, out the studio, in life, period. Like when you need somebody to just like pick your chin up like that meme.
Mm.
Like if nobody's doing this to you, it's a disservice. Like
Yeah.
he's the person that's gonna pick your chin up, like, yo, bro, you
That's dope.
alive. Like it could be way worse. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed. How
So
how
like
how's it how important is that to have a support cast like that?
you need a team.
You need a
That's
team.
why I really dislike when I see people post. I'm not a hater. I know everybody goes through emotions. Like
For sure.
some people know how to handle them, some people don't know how to handle their emotions. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But when you're going through stuff and you just think that you could do everything yourself, and you start thinking, oh, I don't need nobody. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do this and I don't need nobody's help. You already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a team, no
Yep.
matter what it is. Like you can name anything.
Team effort.
Everything is a team effort, and people.
Relationship. Team effort.
It don't matter what you can name. Even look,
Yep.
people will sit there and say, "All right, well, God. All right, so let's if you want to talk about
Yeah.
God is a team effort. God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's already three people on a team. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like people are not comprehending that literally everything is a team. Like
True
if
indeed.
you're doing everything, you're in the wrong place. Like if
Yep.
you're the
Wrong
smartest
place.
person in the room, you in the
Yep.
wrong room.
Yep.
You can't learn nothing if you're the smartest person in there. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? You always got to be a student of the game, no matter
Absolutely.
what industry you in. Like it's always about being a student, and people forget that. Like once we graduate school, whatever level that is for you, whether it's junior high school, like a GED, college, whatever. Majority of people don't pick up a book after that. You just learn the field that you're gonna go to work for,
Yep.
and now when you die, you only learn what you learned up to that point
Mm-hmm.
because you never fed yourself. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like going on a diet is not like only what you eat, is what you consume mentally as well, what you
Mm.
listen to, what you watch. You know what I'm saying? These things shape how you react as a person, and people don't understand that.
Yep.
So when you see somebody that's always into negativity and drama, I promise you they're probably watching Hip Hop Wives of
Yep.
Atlanta or these shows that show you chaos and this
Yep.
person sleeping with that person and that person sleeping with this person. And they're
Ooh.
listening to those same kind of songs too. And
Yep.
now you notice that it's just a chain reaction. Now everything is the same thing. Now what you're listening to, what you're seeing is in your mental, and now you're bringing that out in your life. So now
Mm.
you start thinking your partner is doing the same thing that they was
Yep.
doing on the TV. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? So now
Ooh.
it gets
You
crazy, bro.
talking?
I promise you. Literally everything is
You
mental,
talking?
and people really don't understand that. So like before you do anything, like before you make any radical decisions, like I know people that just they'll get into a disagreement with somebody and they're going straight to the internet, social media to just give tea.
Yep.
Before you going to give the tea, calm down.
Yep.
Your
Absolutely.
body is 80% water, right?
Yes.
Let me show
Vibrations.
you how crazy this is.
Yeah. Yep. Talk
If
about it.
you take a rock and you skip the rock in the water, it gives that ripple effect,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
So the same way, if you drop anger or sadness or madness or an emotion in your body, it ripple effect through your body. So now you're
Ooh.
upset. Now you're everything is depressing. Now everything that you see, because it's not, remember, everything is still in there. There's a whole
Absolutely.
picture frame. Now you're just focused on the part that, all right, this one's sadness, or I'm angry right now, so I'm gonna focus only on this part. So now
Mm.
everything that you see, everything that
Anger.
you're attracting is all anger.
Oh,
It's all
anger.
mad, it's all sad. So you're literally a magnet and you're literally attracting these bad things that you don't want in your life, which is crazy.
Which is crazy from the just from the thoughts,
Just from that.
and
Just,
it trickles down.
if people looked at themselves as magnets instead of like a flesh, if you look at yourself as a magnet and say, all right, well, I'm attracting these negative things in my life. How do I
Yep.
get away from those negative things?
Yep.
That's all you have to say. And then boom, now you're
Everything
looking at the
shifts.
positive side of everything. And now you just focus on this positive. So now you're attracted to the light. And now it's just you're gonna keep going that way, and it gets you farther away from that. So the magnet attracted you the way you were supposed to be anyway.
You talking, you talking. Yo, listen, I heard somebody say the focus. What he does is he says only thing he focuses on is favorable outcomes.
Hmm.
When I heard that, I'm
What you
like,
focus on is fans.
what you focus on expands, and people don't understand that. People put a lot of emphasis, like you said, into the television, into social media, into what he doing, what she doing, etc., and don't
Temporary
understand.
fixes. It's a
Yep,
drug.
it's a drug.
Just like love. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I listen. I'm not knocking nobody right now, but there's people right now outside fiending to find somebody to love them, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. They fiending for this thing, and it's crazy because you want something that when you get that, you're gonna want something else from it instead of being cool with who you are first. You have to
yep.
get get yourself situated before you want to focus on somebody else, and that's the problem with this generation.
Come
Everybody
on.
just, I want somebody to love. These girls want Mr. He got to have a BMW, a great job, 6 figures, do this, X, Y, and Z, take out the trash, cook, all these stuff.
Yep.
But you don't need no man. You want to be independent too. You
Independent.
gotta pick what side you want to stand on. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Don't just say these things because Sexy Red is saying no disrespect to Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Just because she's saying that she's not in the same situation you in. She got
Correct.
millions of dollars. She don't need no man.
Absolutely.
If her tire goes flat in the snow, she gonna make a phone call to get it fixed. You gonna call the man that you said you don't need, that you wasn't treating right to come change the tire.
Hello.
You know
Hello.
what I'm saying? So you people got to stop putting their aspects and goals like on these Hollywood stars and these rap stars because they're literally telling you in the interviews it's fake.
True indeed.
They
All of the
telling you that.
sides.
Like they telling you everything is fake, and you like you going to say happy birthday to Drake, but not happy birthday to your man that bought
Come
your
on.
your merch. Yeah, you
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying? Like
Come
that's
on.
crazy to me. You going to say happy birthday to Chris Brown, but not your man's that let you
It's
borrow bread
crazy.
when you was down bad. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like this is wild times that we living in.
Yep. It's
This
crazy.
is what I'm saying. Like the music always reflects the culture because now, as you can see, this new generation, the music and the culture is everybody is sliding on the ops. Everybody is having sex with everybody else. Everybody's doing drugs and drinking, and that's what the culture is.
Correct.
Everybody's really just gravitating towards the music that's not good for you, rather than listening to the artists like Jada Kiss. That's giving you game. Like go
Yep.
from that to this. We did this already.
We did
I
that
thought we
already.
got past that. Like you're
Yep.
not listening. We over here. This
We
is what
doing
it's
this.
about.
Yep. And not
People like
understanding. Talking
Handsome
about.
High, and my man's in the chat. Handsome High. He has a crazy discography to go through. His songs is literally gems. It's not.
Wow.
It's not. I'm just rapping to rap because I know how to rap and formulate sentences and put words together, and it sounds great.
True
It's
indeed.
I'm giving you food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the
Mm.
diet is not things that we just consume into, you know what I'm saying, you look good or feel good. Like it starts in the brain and what you listen to and what you see too. So if you
True
listening to
indeed.
things that, oh, you sad. All right, now when you in your head are like, all right, well, I'm sad, so I want to listen to sad music. Biggest thing that everybody does. And then it
Yep.
just makes you more sad.
More
Now you
sad.
really in your
Yep.
feelings.
Yep.
But people don't think
Absolutely.
that way. It's like,
Nope.
well, I'm mad. It's crazy because the other day I got upset. Like I let somebody get me out of character, which is really hard.
Yeah.
So I let somebody get me out of character at work, and
Correct.
I go to work late. I'm not working 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
to get me out of character at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is like, bro, this is what we doing right now.
Absolutely.
So they got me mad. I have headphones in. My initial thought was, I you know what, I'm gonna put the gym playlist on where it's like that
Yeah.
music
Pumped
to,
up.
and then I had this idea
Mm.
just pop
Yeah.
worship music. I put
Mm.
on a worship playlist that I got. Anybody has Apple Music and you need a worship playlist, I will send you mine. It's crazy. I promise you that. I put the worship playlist on. And I promise you, in less than 5 minutes, I felt like this calm rush over my
Wow.
body, and it was just like, that didn't even matter. I'm not even
Wow.
like that didn't even got me pressed. Like I really was about to let this guy get me out of character. I could
Yep.
probably lose my job over this, and I was just like, you know what?
Ain't even
I'm
worth
not
it.
gonna give you the energy, bro.
Absolutely. Sharing that energy with the right people is important. Being
Facts.
around the right environments is
Mhm.
important. People don't understand that you got to protect your peace. Got to protect
Not
your
even
peace.
that, but you could have people in your corner that they don't have nothing going for them, so they'll tell you, listen, go crash out. You should do
Mm,
it. Go crash out when you really and you know it's like, nah, I really
that
shouldn't
ain't the
crash
thing to
out.
do.
But you still do it because your man's that don't got nothing going on in his life just told you to crash out. And now
Wow.
who's gonna be the one that got to deal with the consequences? You, not your man's.
Absolutely. Emotional intelligence. That's when I hear like I said, handsome high. I gotta tap into the brother music because I know he got some, like you say, he dropped them gems. So I'm definitely gonna tap into the God with his music. When I listen to yours, your messaging reminds me of emotional intelligence. It reminds me of things that, okay, this transpired, directed therapy, autobiography. There's so many records I've gone through yours, and I actually listened, and I'm going through them, and it gives me a lot of different emotions. But it feels like I'm getting talked through a situation.
Hmm.
And what makes me think even the latest records, party music, whatever, is like you sending a message of, okay, this is vibey right here. This right here, I'm talking to the masses when it comes to awareness. This right here, I'm talking to child to parent, parent to child, relationship, husband to wife.
For
I
sure.
see the dynamic within the music, and when we talk about these things about how we can continuously pour into some of these buckets that aren't conducive to us, and they're working actually against us, and they are more distractions. You listen to sad music, and you're sad. You listen to sad music, and we just keep pouring in because we misdirected. How how does that emotional intelligence play for you? Even though we talking about you put it, but is that a primary thing that you intentionally do when you say, okay, I like to be transparent in my music. I like to send the message of realism and let people know that, hey, driving the Lambo, you 12 years old, don't really make sense. Even though we know it's entertainment, you know it's imagination. There's a lot of creativity that's put into it. So we're not just saying people be discouraged on who you are and your messaging, but for you, your messaging is really geared around realism because you're looking to heal. Is that something that's really at the forefront of you composing?
For sure. I really started making music to vent one, but then when I realized that when I was gonna at one point I was gonna stop making music, and somebody had texted me and they were like, "Yo, listen, nah, you can't stop making music," and they sent me like a specific song, the song I did called Purpose.
Ah,
They sent me the song and they were like, "Yo, this song made me like when I was going through something, I listened to the song and it helped me get through that." And I was like, "Wow, that's
mm,
strong," because when I wrote the song Purpose, I was on probation. I had got a DUI in PA,
yeah,
and I was on probation and I was losing it. At that point in my life, I was healing for me was smoking. So I was smoking 12 blunts a day every day
yeah,
minimum. So that's what I was doing to cope and deal with my pain back then. I was smoking 12 blunts a day. So
correct.
to be completely nothing, I was going through the motions, and then I felt like I wasn't creative, and then things just started to mess with me. So
Yeah,
I wrote that song Purpose, and clearly it helped people get through what they was going through. So for me, it's like if I can help you get through something that you're going through just by me venting how I got through it, or just telling you something that I'm feeling right now, giving you my pure emotions. Like you see me live.
yeah, absolutely.
I love performing rap over creating any day because when I'm performing, I get to connect with you in
Yeah,
person, give you the energy, help you feel like, damn, I feel him. You heard what he said? Like I felt that. Like I
yeah,
felt like I was there. Like my man's did that happen to my man's too, or like you connect with it because now it's like you feel my energy in person. And you know me,
big
I'm
stepper.
always in the crowd
Come
talking to
on, let's
people,
go.
and you know what I'm saying. I'm always outside, so
That's a beautiful thing, family, and I want to commend you on that because it's 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 one of those things where I've seen in the world we don't have those voices, and to be able to have those voices in different forms of fashion. Some people do it through entrepreneurship, like I hear you talked about the MLM. So you have a grind and grit about you. That's financially you want stability, and you have done things in life where you drove the BMWs, you had the houses, but you said at that point in time there was emptiness. So
mhm.
even going through the transition and saying that, hey, I played the money game before. I've been behind the wheel, called DWIs, DUIs, etc. I used drugs as an outlet. I've done so many other things to escape until I got reeled back in and found who I am.
Even the tattoos.
even the
People look
tats.
at me. Some people look at me and they be like, they immediately judge me.
Yeah.
I can tell. Like I've seen people. I'll be jogging down the street. A lady will look at me and she'll cross the street, and I'm like,
Wow.
wow, that's
Wow.
crazy. Like,
Wow.
and then there's other people that I'll walk by and you will think that they would cross the street. They're like, oh, good morning, good morning.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Rich
Mm-hmm.
Rising. And I'm not a good morning person. I'm a Rich Rising
Rich
person.
rising.
So they'll be like, good morning. I'll be like, Rich Rising. They're like, oh, you're so nice. Yeah, hi, yeah, you know, have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know why?
I just,
Character. Character. See, a lot of times people like to close those doors because they prejudge. They got biases. I was watching something with Noriega today, and it was like a few hours ago, and he was saying that he was in Houston, some restaurant, and he said he came and encountered somebody that we quote unquote call Karen, and just misjudging who he is and who his crew was in general. And he said I was pleasant. She called the police. Police came. I talked to the police the same way I'm conversing with her, and the outcome was me, okay, leaving the restaurant, paid my tab, I left. But she was acting as if I was causing harm. And the thing was, this is what people do. Like you said, some people may cross the street, some people prejudge, not understanding that, hey, at the end of the day, my character is what's going to speak volumes, no matter the
mhm,
tattoos, no matter if I smoke a little, drink a little, whatever the vices are, regardless of the fact is, you got to carry you no matter where you go. So there are going to be people that oppose of you. They're going to be people that are in favor of you. They're going to be people that's in between, unsure. The thing is, you going into every room and being authentically you is going to win regardless, because people
sure.
can't, whether they like you or dislike you, they say, you know what, I gotta respect the man or woman because I know at the end of the day they are being true to themselves. And hey,
Hmm.
if they're doing some things that may be detrimental to my perspective, hey, that's only my opinion. And everybody has one, right? They said opinions are like a-holes, everybody got one. That's what they say, right? But the thing is, at the end of the day, if you be able to tap in to you being you and getting the right guidance, like I said, even through the music, something that is a healing component.
Hmm.
When we be able to speak in these type of forums, I feel like we connect. And platforms like this, being able to have the open dialogue. Yes, the music is primary because we know that's something that we here for. But the real reason I love to have these conversations is more or less letting people know who you are, because people can hear the music and prejudge the music. Oh, that
Hmm.
beat, I don't like that sonically. Or I love that sonically. People may hear the lyrics, I don't like that rhyme pattern. Or I like that rhyme pattern. But do they know the character? Do they know the person? Do they know you? And I feel like these are the platforms, the areas to where the voice, you're already speaking, you're already telling people what they are. But if they don't want to get down that rabbit hole, if they don't want to invest in the time, hey, you know what? We can get to it in 30, 40 minutes and let people know what's really on my heart and know my sentiment behind what I do. No, I walked the path. I went through some trial tribulations. I made it out. I found resources that I utilize. I am a resource. I am an asset. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a manager. I'm a composer. I'm an artist. I'm multifaceted in so many in a wide spectrum. And I think it's very, very important to people to know, because like I told you, when I first came and counted you, it wasn't like me mug, and I say these things because I see that when I go to my gig, and there be some young guys out there, they all smoking back of the whip. That's what they do. But the thing is that one time I said this before, but it was a young dude. He walking, diddy bopping, whatever. Now normally the people, everybody just walks on the right side, right? It's just to keep traffic, like as if we driving in the car. So the homie is like walking directly. And I'm not saying he's doing this intentionally, because I don't want to put that energy out there as if he was just doing this thing just to be bravado. But the thing was, we just happened to be walking on the same path on the same side of the street. So as I'm walking, I'm debating even myself, to be fully transparent. Should I move or should I not move? And I'm saying to myself, I'm in here playing an ego game with a kid, because the person looks just like me, black like me, mannerisms like me. Same thing. Oh, and I'm gonna prove to him that I'm tough, not to walk, not to excuse myself to walk around. And I started to say to myself, "Yo, dog, where's that programming coming from?" Now
Hmm.
this is not too long ago, and I'm saying there's some of the things that we still got to shake and remove from our bodies and our mental, because sometimes we are super distorted. And then when I started to approach the brother, and I'm rationalizing all this thing within like 30 feet as we getting closer. And then the homie, I seen he look at me and still had that like, yeah, you better move. And then I walked past, I said, what's up, big man? Ain't that serious? And then he looked at me. I said, nah, I saw a good family. And then we started conversing. Short, brief, and then he put a smile on his face, and I saw a good, and he kept pushing. But the crazy thing is that for him to identify even what I was talking about, something might have been programmed in his mind to say similar things. Because how did
Mm-hmm.
he know what I was actually talking about without us
Mm-hmm.
even saying a word? And these are the things why I feel like, wow, there's so many connections to where we could be connected or disconnected depending on our approach, our mannerisms, our character. And when you said people walk across the street at times just prejudging off the tattoos, I'm like, okay, they didn't even get a chance to identify who the person is. They didn't even let the
We
character
gonna
show.
clear it up. We're gonna clear it up on your platform. I got all
Absolutely.
these tattoos when I was younger because there came a point in my time, came a point of time in my life where I wanted to stop. I was the kind of person if I had a bad day back then, somebody else was gonna have a bad day. And I used to
Hmm.
box, so I had the hand skills to back it up. I
Yeah.
was that person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there came a point in time like me and my cousin went to go do some crazy nonsense to somebody else's pose.
Yep.
And I stopped midway. I stopped and I'm like, yo, bro, like I don't even want to do this. Like it's not
Mm.
even like there's just something telling me not to do this. And usually when I have those feelings, I don't go
Yeah.
by them and then something badder happens. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. And then after that, I just started getting tattooed literally I got every other day. So I think I filled my whole upper body up maybe in like 2 months. I would get
Wow.
a tattoo every other day and
Wow.
just like outline and color it in. I had before I started like the sleeves that I have now, I had mad small different tattoos that miscellaneous stuff that I just put together so it looked like
Yeah.
a sleeve. But yeah, I got tattoos so I don't hurt other people.
Wow.
So when people judge me about tattoos, I'm like, if you only knew the story.
Absolutely. They don't know. Man. Ah, man. So let me get to the music because I'll talk to you about this all day. What I want to say about the music is you have a lot of you have a lot of albums, a lot of projects, a lot of EPs. Sonically, is that something that you did purposely to have? Because I say you have an eclectic style, a lot of nostalgia, and was that by choice or was that by circumstance or was that by climate? Because I'm gonna say, oh, they have the drill thing going on. Just saying at any particular time. So
Mhm.
majority, right, would do drill music if drill is in. If R&B is in right now, Drake just dropped the album. Whoever your favorite artist come out with the album, and sonically, that is the sound for the moment. Majority of people do the sound of the moment. When I hear your music, I hear so many different things. I hear the messaging is consistent throughout. Far as like learning, growing, standing up. I hear all those sentiments within no matter what sound, no matter what the beat is doing, no matter what um in for the moment. I'm just curious, what brought you to have a wide range of, sonically different sounds? Is that something you did by choice, by climate, or was that a process that you had to figure out on your own going through? Because I like when I was
Nah, my
composing.
therapy. I don't. So for me, I don't do. Usually when somebody does something, like when the drill thing, let's just say, when the drill music started to happen, it was like, all right, now they're dragging it. Like everybody's gonna do drill music,
Yeah,
and they don't sound the same. Not everybody want to sound like Pop Smoke, or everybody want to sound like Fabio Foreign, or somebody that actually does only drill music type vibes.
yeah,
It's like you don't sound like that. So now you sound like a fool.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm gonna go. Oh, they're doing drill. I'm gonna go do rock.
Got
They
you.
doing drill. I'm gonna go do pop. I'm gonna go do
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
commercial music or something. I'm doing the complete opposite because that other thing is not gonna last. I have drill songs.
Yeah,
The first drill song is the one that I did with Capone, as a matter of fact.
that's
And
fire. I like that
it doesn't
record.
even give you the drill like
They
and
don't
it's
give you the drill. Nah,
not even at all because we
nope,
wasn't talking about spinning blocks and
nah.
drilling and getting crazy. Like we say certain things in the song where it's like, oh, all right, I
Yeah,
can see how
snub
that
nose.
correlates. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
things like that. Like even with that song, the way that song came about was crazy. Capone wasn't even supposed to be on that song. Somebody
Wow,
else was. I went to the studio. I'm Capone's brother's son's godfather. His
wow.
daughter's
Small
godfather.
world.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we went to his crib and he was working on a project. So I was just drinking or whatever. And he's like, "Yo, you working on anything?" So I was at that point I was working on a project. So that's the first song I played. I played the song. He's like, "Oh, I see there's an open verse on it." can I
Ah,
get on this? And I'm looking at him and I'm like, did you really ask me if you could get on this song? Like, yes,
what?
of course. Like, yes.
Absolutely.
So he starts like he's playing it, he looped the beat, he's playing it, he's just sitting in front of the laptop, like uttering like sound effects and stuff. He's just walking, press record, walk in the booth, starts recording, walks out, stops it, deletes it, what that. He walks back out for the second time. I'm like, yo, you know I know how to record, right? I can record you. He's like, oh, bet. So that verse I recorded. His verse is the
Oh, that's
crazy.
fire.
So I recorded him, we recorded whatever. So we sitting there. He's like, all right, the verse is done. It probably took maybe like to get it recorded and whatever. It was like an hour max. He did the
Mm,
verse in less than 15 minutes for sure.
wow.
15, 20 minutes. So the song's done. We sitting there. He offers me some Henny, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then he looks at me, and then his brother's like, yo, whenever they offer you something like that, they take it as disrespect if you don't drink. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn, I'm trying to get twisted. So I start drinking whenever we start drinking the Henny. So I'm in the studio vibing, we go smoke, and I'm talking to my engineer at the time,
Correct.
and I'm like, yo, I'm with Capone. I was like, yo, send me a beat pack. So he sends me a few beats. He's like, you want to do something else? I'm like, yeah. So pick up a beat. He's like, nah, I like this beat OD. So he picks one of the beats. So he put the beat on. He lays a verse, and he's like, yo, if you need to take this song, like take my verse with you, and then figure out the rest of the song, just you can do
Correct.
that. I'm like, I got a hook right now while you was sitting there.
On
So I
deck
laid a
already.
hook.
Let's
So
go.
he's like, what? I'm like, I laid a hook. After I laid a hook, he's like, I bet if you want to take it, I said, I give me like 10 minutes. I start walking back and forth, laid a verse. So we did two songs in 2 hours.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like when you in those positions, and I learned that from being in the studio with people like Handsome High, Tyrone Briggs, like they're on the spot people like, yo, you want to get on this song, write your verse
Mm,
now and get in the booth
absolutely.
like that. So that's how I was good to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I do that every time.
Yeah,
There's
for
some
sure.
songs out here and I won't get on. Like
True.
I go to the studio. I be in a lot of studio sessions with songs that I'm not on. So when I hear people dropping songs, I'm like, oh, I was there when they recorded this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't always got to be the person on the song. Like I
For
don't.
sure.
I like to catch the vibes, and especially if you have a studio session and you
Yeah.
about to create. I'd love to be in the creation vibes because like
Mm,
that's how creators get more ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
people be
yeah, yeah.
scared to have people in their sessions and people give feedback. I love it because now you telling me things that's why also why I have so much music is like in the beginning I didn't really have a lot of people giving me feedback. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep throwing stuff and see what stick.
Mistakes. Absolutely.
And I did that.
Yeah.
So for me it was like just that way in the beginning, but then it's like now I don't want to do that no more. Now I
Mm,
got everybody wants to make music, everybody wants to rap now, everybody wants to do all that stuff. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do what's not popular. What's next? What are we doing? Oh, you gonna do this country song? All right, I'm gonna do the country song. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, absolutely.
I'm so far ahead of all these things that are going on. Even when like Beyonce and Drake dropped those like those house sounding projects.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I dropped a house song before both of those dropped, and people were
Really?
like, "Yo, you trying to make this song like
That's what they
that
said?
that music is not good no more. Like that was back in our parents' days." And I'm like,
People be out of
two
touch.
months later they drop it, and it's like,
And now that's
nah,
the
house
booming
music
thing.
is lit. Like, nah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what people
And it's
do.
timestamps, so I can't make these things up and say, "Oh, I dropped these things." And there's timestamps on
Times,
music. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, I did a song with my artist Bree Cruz. It's called "Love Again," and my brother-in-law made the beat. So
Mm.
even that when we making a beat, he's trying to make some hardcore drill gangster rap, and I'm like, yo, bro, I want to do a
Switch it
house
up.
song. I want you to
Absolutely.
sample like Stevie B, Spring Love vibes, like something like that. He's like, are you kidding me?
What?
I'm like, no,
Serious. Dead serious.
that's serious, like for real. And then we did the song. He's like, yo, bro, I did not expect the song to come out that good. I'm like, and
That's
then
how it
so when
works.
we shot a video for it. When we did the video, I made us wear like old school like 80s fits and then like bring it to like the baggy 2000 one leg up in the
Mm.
below sweatpants type vibe.
Legendary. It's so fun when you be able to create like that, like in sense of, because creativity is wide ranged. You know, there's so many things that come into our minds, and I heard something from Jazzy Jeff, and Jazzy Jeff was like, "Yo, go to the grave empty." So he was saying that all of your creativity, put it out there, no matter what you
Hmm.
think of, because you may think, okay, it may not be for the time, but it can be timeless depending on when it gets into the universe. Because there's certain records that you hear forever. You hear Meek Mill record. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought that it's gonna be timeless for a long time. Ice, ice, baby.
Hmm.
Regardless of what people feel about the
I'm not
record.
gonna lie, I want to redo something like that. I'm not
Come
gonna
on, loved
lie.
one.
I was
Come
thinking about
on,
that the
family.
other day. Crazy
Yes,
you said that.
and that's all about the creativity. So when you be able to put things out there, when you say, you know what, everybody's going right, I'm going to go left. That type of thing works because now you feel like an anomaly, even though ideally there may be some people out there may identify, say, you know what, I would love to do that. But having the confidence to go out there and do it, taking action, being actionable. I think that's one skill set I think that we all can really, really learn and grow from is being able to take action because there's so many thoughts and ideas that die with us and that we take to the grave because we too afraid to express them. We are too afraid to tell somebody how we feel about a particular thing. We build up these identities and we walk around as if we got to be this particular type of person all the time, not understanding that the outside reflections is only thoughts from what's going on the inside
Hmm.
and who people identify. Like I had this thing with myself. um People may knew me to be as Little Johnny from my pops. My pops left New York in 95. He ain't been in New York since 95. But I grew up from people that was around his era and his time that always looked at me as Little Johnny, Little Johnny, Little Johnny. So I walked around with the stigma of them saying that's Little Johnny. Whatever my dad was into, whatever who liked him, whoever didn't like him, they would just use that thing as to identify with who I am.
Putting
And
labels on you.
yeah, and I walked under that umbrella for a long time. Not saying that my character spoke that because I come from like my mom took care of her. She did a thing as a mother, love her unconditionally, and she did a hell of a job as a parent. But the thing is, when people just said my name, they would just identify with me as my pops. And I start to get older, and I'm like, I don't want to be identified with my pops. I want to be who I am. And because I'm like, there's so many other things that I do differently than my pops. My pops ain't been in New York in 95 since 95. So I'm saying how I think, my pops don't think. We may be doing things similar. We may look alike. We may have certain attributes from the outside, looks like we are connected by the hip. But ideally, we are two different beings. Not saying that I don't have certain DNA that's passed down generationally, because we know that DNA stretches a long way. I got 30 what was it was it 23 30, how many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes from your mom, 23 chromosomes from your pops. So you split in half from both sides, right? So ideally I'm gonna have some things like them, but ideally that's a small portion to who I am. And a lot of times we hold on to these identities for whatever reason. So I'm saying that to say not just my pops. I'm saying that there are things that I built up when I was younger that people, if I was a sports person, people thought, oh, you was good in sports when you were younger, you got to go to the NFL. And that may not have been my dream. I may have loved to do it at that moment. But as I got older, I may have grew out of sports. Or I may have been in the streets and I might have grew out of the street aspect. Or I may have
Hmm.
done this with particular woman. I may have been a promiscuous guy. I'm a one man guy now, or whatever it may be. The thing is that people just love to associate who you were then and not. It's hard for people to get adjusted when you're doing something different because people would say, "Oh, you're acting different,"
Yeah,
or
everybody don't grow.
"Come on."
That's literally the end. Like, and nobody, like, not everybody grows, and
Yep,
people are put in your life to show you what it looks like if you grow, if you don't grow.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why like everybody holds their place in your life.
Yep.
People like people burn bridges. I don't burn bridges. I raise tolls.
I like that.
You can't afford to come over there.
Yes, yes. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what people gotta do. Like stop burning bridges because you, especially if you gotta cross them again.
Mm.
There's people that try to burn bridges and then
Proceed with
try to
caution.
cross them, but you can't even swim. So
Yep.
why are you even burning this bridge if you can't swim?
Yep. Because it'd be a hard pill to swallow when you got to double back. People like, I got to
Oh,
go back that way.
I love when people got to double back because I just look at them different. Like
Come on.
now I gotta
Come
up the
on.
price. Come on, man, this is how much it costs now.
Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
like, yeah, people just gotta stop burning bridges. That's it. Listen,
Absolutely.
everybody can go, and
Everybody
that's
can
what
go.
people gotta understand.
That's
You
the
want to
truth.
bring everybody with you because oh we grew up together. People that people that are your friends, majority of them are only your friends because of like where you grew up, your
Hmm.
vicinity. Like
Yeah,
if it
yeah, yeah.
wasn't for that, would y'all really be friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like people don't
Yep.
think about that. Like people are only
Absolutely.
your friends because where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't grow up there, would they really be your friend? Like if you starving right now and you went to the store with your man and he had $10, is he gonna split this $10 with you and y'all both gonna eat, or he's gonna just watch you starve while he eats in your face? You know what I'm saying? Like is those the people that you want to be around, or you want to be around the people that be like, you know what? I got $20 actually, so I'm just gonna give you 10 and you don't even gotta pay me back. I can't eat and not watch you not eat nothing. So
True indeed.
and that's the people you need in your life. I have people that so funny fun fact.
Yep. Yep.
We go out wherever, like I obviously I go to a lot of places. If I go somewhere with my wife, let's just say I wear a lot of like one-on-one stuff. Like
Mm.
I make stuff for people to wear, but like one-on-one stuff, we'll go out and somebody be like, yo, that's fire. Like I need that. And I'm like, I'm never making this again. Like this is literally a one-on-one for me. So
Hold
I'd
up.
be like, you know what?
Hold that thought.
I'll take
Hold
it
that
off.
thought. Hold that thought.
Yeah. Copy. Hey, Vibe, Vibe.
Yeah. One. Hold up. That one-on-one piece. This is what we talking about. That's what the homie
Yeah.
made. Come on,
Fire,
loved one.
fire,
I got
fire.
sweatsuits from the homie. Come on. I'd be remiss if I don't bring the crown out. Listen, the homie let me borrow the crown. I ain't give it back yet. But hold up. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But finish your wisdom.
Yeah, so for me, it's like if somebody asks me for it, I'll take it off and give it to you. I'm not
True
making
indeed.
another one. So you got this one-on-one, like one of my, matter of fact, Capone's brother. I did a performance in Queens for, what was it, Hot 97 or 105? No, Hot 97. Hot 97 performance. Um, he had threw something for his daughter a party. So my kids was at this party while I went to the performance, and then I picked him up after. When I came back, he was like, "Yo, that jacket is fire." Mind you, the jacket has my name on it. Like it's literally a one-on-one piece where you're like, "That's Nitty's jacket." I had to give him the jacket, bro. I
Off
had
the
to give him the
bat.
jacket. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Florida. I told him
Absolutely.
not to pull up because of the problem he's coming. That's a fact. You know the vibes, Sal. I'm outside. You know that. I'm from my listen. If I call you family, just know I'm holding you down like you're family. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
That
People
stamp.
people use that family term like too
Loosely.
loosely. Like everybody's
Yep.
not the bro. Everybody's not family. You know what I'm saying?
So
I don't
true.
have friends. I have acquaintances and I have family.
True
So
indeed.
you either a family to me or you an acquaintance where it's like you know my name but you really don't know what I'm
You
about.
don't know me. Absolutely.
So that's the only thing I have. Everything else to me is like there's no other. I don't have time for friend because when I was younger, I used to do that whole friend thing, and my mom would be like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you this while you're young. The only friends you have is the money in your pocket. So if you don't have no
Mm.
money in your pocket, you don't have no friends." I was
Wow.
like, "Wow, I didn't really understand that back then." I'm like, "You're bugging," and then I started to see friends, so-called friends, like slip away or hating or envious or, you know what I'm saying? I
True
seen things
indeed.
happen like that. So then I started to pay attention to what like I'm good at detail.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not only gonna watch what you're saying or listen to what you're saying, I'm gonna watch what you do. So
Actions.
I've seen my mom hustle. I've seen these things, so I can't sit here and be like, you know what? Well, I remember this person told me that they love me and they told me they love me forever, and it's crazy because we don't even have each other's phone numbers right now. Like we
Yeah.
blocked each other on social media. Like I don't
Yep.
talk to this person or things like that, and it's crazy because I thought this person was gonna be my friend forever. You know what I'm
Forever.
saying? Like
Like Chucky.
people grow. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
grow out of like every relationship in your life. Like you don't have to hold on to them.
Mm.
And I know like people like, oh wow, like that's crazy. Like, you don't have to hold on to
Nope.
every relationship. The relationship made you who you are today. Some
Yeah.
people are just here for a season in your life, not forever.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? The seasons come and go. There's four of them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So even the ups and downs, like if you're going through something right now, for everybody on here, if you're going through something right now and it's at the low right now, now it's at the lowest, you feel like you're about to give up. Like if everything's bad's happening, what else could happen? Remember on a roller coaster, before we go up, they go down and then they
Gotta
go
go
right
down.
back up. So
Yep.
this down moment that you're having right now is gonna excel you like a slingshot to give you 10 steps forward than where you are right now.
Yes,
So just
yes.
take that and grow with it. Don't go through it, grow through it.
Go grow through it. Oh man. There's so man. We definitely gotta do a part two, three, etc. Um, because I wanted to get in. I want to get into the family. I wanted to get into the MLM, the Jim Rome. I heard when I listened to records when
Jim
you
Rohn
mention these
list.
people, it's so many. There's so many layers, family, and we got to come back and do another one. I don't.
Not for sure.
I just feel that we have so much to unpack. I really do, and I feel like we have a lot to unpack. We have a lot
I
to
listen,
unpack.
I'm here for it. See,
I
I knew going into this it was supposed to be about one thing, but I
and you
knew
know
it
we
was
go
gonna be like,
absolutely, absolutely,
but
family.
this
Because
happens every time we have conversation normally.
this was
It's like,
regular. It's regular for us, and that's what people don't understand. Is like when we that's the same thing what Liz was saying. She said, "Yo, like I don't even know why you got a script with book and all that because y'all gonna open up a can of worms. Y'all gonna be talking about everything. That's what y'all do all the time." And I'm like, "You're
but
absolutely right," because that's what we do because we so much alike and we have so much interest and so much curiosity when it comes to life. And I feel that that's one attribute that we both share and we both have the same sentiment as far as the hearts that we have, the characters. Like you, there's so many things that I see about you, and I love to give you acknowledgement on it. Not saying that you don't need mine, but I'm saying the way you have your business acumen. I've seen you the way you network. There's so many pluses and bonuses to where I'm like, oh, I need to be better at that. Like the way to give you your flowers. The way you
appreciate
support unconditionally is one thing that I know when people call me, I'm gonna show up. That's who I am as well. I don't do that every day. I was telling my cousin this because I missed out. My cousin Amanda, I missed out on her birthday, and she was tight at me. My cousin, she was mad as hell at me, right? Because I missed her birthday, and it wasn't intentional, right? It was just like when it comes to media is weird, right? Because I get on social media for the moment, and then I'm off it. I get on it to do what I do, and then I miss everything else,
it.
right?
Focus.
And so it happens all the time. So I be telling Liz, I'm like, yo, listen, somebody birthday, let me know. Something going on, just inform me. So I just be, cause I'll miss everything. I miss it because I go on there for the purpose of doing what I do. I'm off, but when people know that if they need me, they call me. I don't care where I'm at, no matter what time of the day, what time of the night, I'm going to show up. I make the arrangements to make sure I'm there and support because that's the number one thing where I just love to be there and support in real time. And the thing I noticed about you is that it's like you don't miss a beat. If you see something, like you support in the way you support. It's not like you said. It's not one of those things where you do it from the context of saying what can I get from somebody. You do it say if I deal with this person and I call them family, I'm gonna show up for them in that manner, and you
For
do
sure.
that because you done it with me on numerous occasions, and you see something I got going on, and first thing you do, you hit me and you repost it. You do this, you do,
By the way, I opened up those pink socks. I wore them the other day. I opened them for the first time. It was on ice.
Big
I had
Fendi.
one of the South Beaches. I was like, nah, I gotta put these hot pinks, respectfully pink socks on.
Come on, love what? Come on, family. Yeah, but it's those things to where I love to highlight because it's important to me, and it's important to the people to know that your character has value. I tell my mom. My mom was like, I give my mom so much credit and kudos because her phone never stops ringing. No matter what day of the week, no matter what time. And I tell her all the time, if she doesn't hear it, I'm like, this is a testament to your character, mom. People trusting you. So when your phone rings, it's because people love you and they trust you. So people come to you and they tell you everything that's going on under the sun in the world because they know that you have a healing component that's gonna make their day better. And I'm like, that's something that I love because I watch her and I've seen her do it. Same thing when you said you lost a lot of people in your life, aunts and all that. I witnessed that my whole life because my mom's home was everybody's home. Somebody was kicked out their home, they stayed at my home. If somebody got whatever the situations are, my mom go, yo, your boys, y'all moving over. Y'all go lamp up together, y'all sleep on the floor.
I used to
That's
call
what it
my
was.
before I got in a relationship. I used to call my crib the group home. People like, why you call your crib the group home? I'm like, 'cause everybody's kids is welcome. I
Everybody's welcome. Word is born. And
I
it's a
didn't lock the
testament to your
door.
character. Say it
That
again.
I didn't lock my door at my old crib until I was going to sleep. So my door was open all day. Anybody could
24/7.
walk in the crib. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? People would walk in the crib. They're like, yo, I'm like, yo, what's up? So when you walked in, there was a sign above the door, like right here, that said group home.
Group home.
So you know what I'm saying? Like
Real talk.
it's
Real talk.
literally just it's really about who you surround yourself. Everything is team.
Yeah,
Like to be honest, like even when you
absolutely.
think you can't, like you can't go on. That's when your man's or your woman friend is supposed to come and tell you like they're supposed to lift you up. You're not supposed to be happy all the time. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to not be okay. People need to understand that. And when you're
Absolutely.
not okay, those people that show up for you, those are the people that you're supposed to invest your time into because those are the people that are there through when you don't have nothing. They don't want nothing. There's people you can't replace. Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way.
Absolutely.
Even when you're making all of the money in the world, you can't replace somebody that held you down when you didn't have nothing because
True
they
indeed.
don't need anything from you.
They don't need nothing from you.
And those are the people that usually get pushed away.
Yep.
Nah, I got these other people over here. Like I got money now, and these other people, those other people are only there because you got the money. They
Yep.
wasn't there when you didn't have it.
Was it wouldn't be shooting in the gym?
You feel me? You wasn't writing with me in the booth.
Come on, loved one. Come on, family. It's like that. Cause we get misguided. People get that shiny object syndrome where people start, excuse me, when people start waving things in front of your face and people start, showing you, hey, if you do this, you'll get X, Y, and Z notoriety. Because a lot of times we think, like you said, there's a lot of things that we look outwardly and we think we want these things until we until we acquire them.
I don't
Um,
want fame. I want funds. You
come
feel
on,
me?
absolutely, yep.
I ain't never met a dollar I ain't like.
Come on, family.
You
I ain't never like a dollar.
feel
Come
me?
on, Philly. I never met a dollar I don't like.
It's all. At the end of the day, it's just politics.
Yeah,
If you're being like completely honest, like some people they go crazy for clout. Clout is a drug. Like
yeah,
you, I don't be understanding like even like the influencers. Like there's influencers they got millions of followers and they still broke. Like it don't make sense to me. Like so just y'all want to be influencers so bad, and this
mm-hmm,
influencer is telling you they broke and they
yeah.
need you to support their
You support
lifestyle.
they like,
And
yep,
this is what you want to do?
yep. Nah.
This is your king? Like
This is your king.
it's not make it make sense. Like I've been big on that like for the past like year and a half, 2 years, like from and people see it because like I'll see certain people I really don't be around no more, and they be like, I haven't seen you mad long, like you mad different. Not
Yeah,
that I'm different, it's like I grew and you
grew.
stood there, so
Absolutely.
technically you stood the same. I'm not that's not that I changed. It's like you just
You just doing
didn't
different
grow.
things.
You know what I'm
Doing the
saying?
different
You
things. Yep.
still on the block holding it down. I got kids now. That's not
Yeah,
me,
it
bro.
doesn't
I'm
work
not
for
trying
me.
to sit in front of this building all day. Like
Not at all.
I got a life.
Absolutely. Projects. What's next for you?
I got right now. I probably got like 80 songs in the cut. I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna
you're a
lie.
workaholic. You don't play no games when it comes to the work. That's one
Before
thing.
when
That's
you
one thing.
called me, I was listening to a beat that my man's made for me. And
Come
he was
on.
like, "Yo, I got another one." And he sent me two, so I was listening to both of them, just freestyling random stuff before we jumped on air.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? The work don't stop.
Work don't stop.
Nah, like
You know,
why?
you
Why?
normally, yeah, you normally drop projects around your b day.
Oh yeah, I mean, I usually drop something on my B day. It's usually a project that drop on the B day, but I don't know. I want to do something different this year. Maybe I'll drop a video, or
Mm,
I drop like a autobiography type video, a day in the life with Frank Nitti or something like that,
I
where
like
people can
that.
see like more stuff. Like I'm gonna
True
give
indeed.
y'all more because everybody don't get like even like talking to people that I grew up with. People
Yeah.
see me online and I haven't seen them in years, but we grew up together and they be like, "Yo, I see the way you live. You see the way I'm living. Like, hold up, you see what? What part are you seeing? Like,
What
what's on
part?
social media? The highlight reel? Because that's what it is.
It's the
Everybody's social media
highlights.
is a highlight reel. You're never gonna see
Yep.
nobody doing bad on social
Nope.
media.
Not at all.
Upset, like, not, like even when people do the crying pictures on there, doing that for attention. It's
Yeah, for
like
sure. Absolutely.
you cried for a picture is crazy. Like
Yeah, they out
for
of
a like.
pocket. They out of
For a
pocket.
like, for a
Come on.
comment, like it's not,
It
it's
don't add
something's
up.
not equating. Like you need to fix something in your life if you
True
really
indeed.
going so hard over, like even the if you pay attention, there's people that before the pandemic that were on social media
Correct.
posting all these pictures again, all these likes, right? Then when everybody was buying them bots and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
now they blocked their likes, so you can't even see how many people like them anymore because they're not getting those likes. They got like 10 likes now, and they
Yep.
got a million followers, so now they look
Yep. So you
stupid.
block the bots. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
crazy to me. It's like, yo, listen, just live your authentic life. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Absolutely.
What's for you is for you. So whoever's supposed to gravitate towards you is gonna get pulled towards you
True
at some
indeed.
point. You know what I'm saying? You
True
you don't
indeed.
have to water yourself down so people could digest it.
Yep.
And people do that all the time. I'll be looking at people's social media and laughing like that's crazy. Like you out here talking all of this crazy talk like,
Yep.
and you blocking the like number of your
Yeah.
followers is
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Absolutely. Because they, they, they,
I
they,
don't
they
know.
ain't living out their truth. They hiding behind the numbers.
Listen, that's
One day you
crazy
got
to
to
me.
face the numbers, man. They gonna be what they are regardless. They gonna be what they are regardless.
That's on them. You know what I'm saying? For me, this social media stuff, if I didn't make music, to be honest, if I didn't have a brand and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't be on social media. Y'all see me
Mm.
when y'all see me. Because social media for me is a headache sometimes
Yeah.
because it's like I'll post something and the algorithms will mess it up, and then one day it'll be 9,000 views, the next day it'll be 13 views, and it's like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
how is that? Like,
Yeah.
you shadow banned me because there's no way it went from thousands of views to 13 views, and I got 6,000 plus followers. Is not
Don't make
adding up,
sense.
bro.
You know what's crazy?
So
I was watching the CEO from the Instagram, etc. And with I'm gonna send you the video, but they say that they only put your content to 5% of of your following. So the people 5% of your people is the only people that really see your post. So I mean, I think they doing a lot of these things in order to get money, so you could do for paid ads, etc. I think they do it minimally, purposefully, so that okay, you want to get a stronger reach, pay us. I think because obviously that I just think it's business with them. So, but what I found out is that they only put your content in front of 5% of your audience on each post. Like the max, I think is like 5% of your audience. So when you get those numbers, you're like, why did some things catch? And why something? There's times I get very minimal. Sometimes I do okay. I don't get thousands and booming regardless anyway. I don't do time. That'll work itself out. But I'm saying overall, it might be the same way. Get 2 right here, then 30 over here, then 100 here, and then 5 right here. It's like I don't know. But I seen the CEO say, "Hey, we just need you to post more." That's what he said.
he wants you to post every day, all day,
Yeah,
don't have a
yeah,
life. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So come on. So they be able to get them sponsorships and paid ads and all that. They got they it's business with them. It's business.
I ain't got time for that. Listen, I'm old school. So you come holler at. You see how good about the show too. Like
Yeah.
the artists that be giving their Instagram handles. Now, listen, I appreciate y'all for having me at this performance. I'm a real person. If you want my Instagram
Come
or you
holler
trying
at
to
me.
connect, come
Yep.
holler at me and find me. I'm not
Absolutely.
Hollywood. I say the
Yep.
same thing every
Every
time.
every time. Yep. Absolutely.
Like that's
Absolutely,
me. I'm
Philly.
I'm gonna be real to me to default. Like I don't care who's not being real to them. At the
Yep.
end of the day, people be mad. People be mad at you because they're trying to pretend to be what you really are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
hey, that's real talk, family. That's real. That's real talk.
You really be like that.
Yeah. And the main thing is because they're not identifying with that true self. They're not identifying who they are. They living in this fantasy world. It's real out here. Life is what you make it. So the thing is, you can't you can't be better than somebody. You can't be better at somebody being themselves. It's impossible. Like
Facts.
I can't be a better version of you. Impossible. I can't. It's not possible. Like so, when people try to be someone else that they not, you should do a disservice to yourself, and you just a carbon copy of the other person.
That's a fact. I mean, so even that's a good point. Of going triggering that back into the music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like even with that, it's like when I first started to make the music, people started trying to put me in a box, and I don't like to be put in boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's never been my thing. Like I don't compare me to nobody. Like I don't
Yeah,
like those things. So when people do that,
absolutely.
it's like, all right, cool. So when I
Yep.
first started, everybody was like, oh yeah, like I missed so many opportunities because there were people going around telling people, oh, he's a Christian rapper.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm a Christian rapper because I don't curse. Like I haven't cursed in X amount of years on my songs. So I
Uh-huh.
bet now I'm gonna say curse.
Yep.
So boom, the album right after I got the album called The Book of Frank.
Yep.
Literally the project that came right after that
After
was
that.
called The Wrath.
That's when you turned it up.
And I had to, because
Yep.
like, yo, don't make me miss. Now you messing with my money.
True
So now
indeed.
it's like I'm missing opportunities because you telling people I'm a Christian rapper and I make all kinds of music.
All
I
time.
don't
Yep.
have
All
nothing against
genres.
Christian rap. I have Christian music.
True
I
indeed.
have Christian music. I got Spanish music. I got
Yep.
rap music. I got pop music. I got rock music. I got all different
All.
kinds of
Yep.
music, house music. Like,
Absolutely.
but don't put me in a box saying I do this one thing because now I'm gonna go do all these other things
It's the
and
opposite.
it's,
Yep. True
now
indeed.
you're gonna get me mad. So that's what happens. The Hulk come out.
If there's one thing um that you have learned when it came to um being an artist, what is something that you would share to upcoming artists? If there's something that you say, pay attention to this or do more of this or whatever it may be. If there's something you like to share to, or matter of fact, make it a younger version of you. How about you, out of the years and experience that you have learned within this game? What is something that you would tell yourself, you know, 10 years ago? If you should starting now, you say, you know what, if you're going down this path, what is something that you would tell your younger self being in this
Take
game?
more opportunities.
Take
Take
more
more
opportunities.
opportunities and keep creating. Like people
Mm,
get so like turned off to the type of they get turned off to music because oh I'm not making $1 million or oh this person is not supporting me or you know what I'm saying, just stick to it, you know what I'm saying, just
yeah,
make more and take those opportunities. I see people that don't even want to do open mics. Oh, they're not paying me, so what? Who knows you? Why should they pay you? Like
yeah.
you're not giving us a reason to want to pay
I,
or book sell out a show to come see you. Like when we example, when we did when you last time you pulled up on me, they threw a show for me. The name of the show was Nitty Ice and Friends. It
word is
was
born.
my show.
Word is
You know what
born.
I'm saying? And we
Yep,
sold the show out. I picked the right people. We
yep.
sold the show out. It was a packed venue. We was chilling.
Wall to
Everybody,
wall.
it was all love, no
Yep,
problems, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
So
fact.
like you just gotta build that. It'll get there, but it's like you walking into this big arena where it's like, well, the new artists don't even want to pay to do like shows that'll put you in front of execs and record labels. Like you're not gonna get those things for free
Not
unless
at all.
somebody is a plug. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yep.
gonna have to pay your way into some rooms, and it's
Hello.
okay because as
Hello.
long as you paying yourself to get in this room, you better use that to your advantage. Learn how to network. Don't just stay with your people that you came with in the corner. You know
Yep.
them. Somebody else in here could get you to the place where you want to go, and you're never gonna get there because you so focused on your friends and whatnot.
Yep. That's
So
a
you gotta
fact.
focus on the other people in the room. Pay to get in some rooms. When you pay to get in some rooms, you pay more attention to your money because you're spending bread
Mm.
now. Now it's not like, dang, I'm in here. I'm performing tonight, so they're gonna pay attention when I perform. Even those
Yep.
people that get me mad. It's like you walking in this room, don't even talk to the artist. We in a group chat. You're not even following nobody. You're not trying to converse with nobody. Like so, you just stuck up artist and your music is not even that great. So now
Yeah.
you got a shitty personality.
Yep.
Your attitude sucks. You're
Yep.
not a good person. You don't got a good aura. So even after this show, nobody's gonna like you. Nobody's gonna be
Nobody
like, you know what?
connect
I
with you.
thought of this person to plug them for this next event. You know what I'm saying? Take your shot. Shoot. Go to all of these events. If there's a show
Absolutely.
on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you got to be at all of them. Don't
Do them
pick and
all.
choose which one. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
them all.
Sometimes you gotta do more, and you gotta. Sometimes you gotta starve just so you can eat.
Talk
If
about
that
that.
makes sense. You
Yes,
got to
sir.
start to eat. There've been times where maybe I didn't have in the beginning, and I've done SOBs. Let's just say SOBs. I've done SOBs about 8 times. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah. You
saying?
you cook there. You be cooking there.
I love SOBs, but even with them, like the first time I ever did SOBs, I had to pay for a set, and it was with this big company. It was like, listen, you can pay for the set, and we'll give you a percentage of the money back on tickets. So the person I was doing the show with, it was already like, nah, I'm not trying to sell no tickets. I don't want to feel like I'm selling people. I said people are gonna come buy tickets anyway.
True indeed.
So if they're gonna buy tickets to come see me anyway, we might as well get paid from it, bro.
Makes sense.
So now we did that deal. We ended up having a 15-minute set. I think the first time was a 15-minute set, and we got paid $300 each for 15 minutes. That's $600
15
for
minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
You know what
Come
I'm
on.
saying? And people were
Come
sitting
on.
there like, why you did and I don't like to cheat people. Like when I got people I know that's coming to come see me, even when I don't, and I go to play, I go to some performances dolo.
Yep.
Majority of the time I'm coming with a crowd
With the
of people
crew.
though.
Yep.
And when
Absolutely.
I got the crowd of people, it's like, all right, even if I'm performing for my people, I'm gonna give y'all a show.
Mm-hmm.
So even when we did that 15-minute set, we did a 15-minute set. I gave 8 songs in 15 minutes. I chopped up everything so people could
Wow.
have a majority vast of music rather
Yep.
than I'm gonna give you these 2 songs, 3 songs in 15
Facts.
minutes, and I can give you 8 songs, and you'd be like, damn, I don't know what to like because you went from Spanish to English to everything in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? And the energy is crazy.
Off the
I
roof.
love it. You'll
Come on.
always get crazy energy at a performance. I have to be like definitely ill to give you a bad energy performance.
Word.
So for me, it's like that's you just got to do
Straight.
more, and stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like, all right, I did this today. I don't want to do it again tomorrow. Nah,
Yeah.
that's not how it works. You got to get up and do it. The days that you don't feel like doing it are the days you got to
Days
do
you
it the
gotta
most.
do it. Yep. So true.
For
That's
real.
when you
Once
build
you
that
get past
character
that,
at.
you're gone.
That's when the hard things start to become easy. You
For
start building up your
sure.
tolerance. People don't understand that. When you start doing things that are hard normally, all you're doing is just building up a tolerance the more times you do it. So you take the action of doing the thing, and the times that you do it, things start to become easy. Things that was once hard becomes easy. So true,
Facts.
Fanny. When you say about opportunities, I dig that wholeheartedly. Oh, do more. Just do more
That's it.
layups. Why you see
Somebody
stepping on?
somebody else is gonna see you. That
Yep.
that's my thing too. Like when I do shows, I don't like to do the same spot too many times, only because it's gonna be the same people.
Yeah.
So me, I'm great. I don't know. People say that they can't find shows sometimes. I'm good at finding shows. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whether it's Staten Island, Jersey, the Bronx, Queens, wherever. I'm connected with so many people that is like, I'm sure all I gotta do is post, hey, anybody have a show? I'm trying to perform, and it's
Facts.
up.
Yep.
I think one time I wrote, I want to tell a story on a podcast. Somebody I had like 3 people hit me up, and I went on the pod, and I told the story that
Yep.
I wanted to tell. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's even that, just shooting your
Yep.
shot online. You
Yep.
never
Shooting your
know who's
shot. You never
watching.
know. Because people watching. They may not comment, they may not like, but there are a lot of people watching.
That's how I met one of my cameramen. We was I was supposed to do this like a shoot, and last minute somebody had canceled the shoot had canceled,
Mm.
and it's like an hour before we supposed to be there.
No
So there's
way.
a studio session set up already, that's already
Pause.
getting paid for, and now we have no person to shoot.
To shoot.
So I put online. I'm like, yo, I know this is, and mind you, it's in the morning too. It's probably like 10
Mm.
o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Nobody's up.
Yeah, no. Hungover from the night
So
before.
I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a long shot. I'll just go on Facebook. I shot my shot on Facebook. Yo, is there any photographers that's available in the next hour to do so I can come pick you up if need be, or just meet me at this address?
Yep.
Somebody that I followed me was like, yo, I'm free.
Come
I
on.
had something to do, and my thing got canceled, so I'm free. So I was like,
Come
I bet
on.
meet me at the spot. We went there, and that's another great relationship that I made as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta step outside that comfort zone because the
Absolutely.
comfort zone is the broke zone.
Yep. Oh man, there's so many wonderful things happen when you step out your comfort zone, man.
For
It
sure.
really does.
The
It
ego
stretches
ain't
the
there,
mind.
ego. You feel
Yep.
me?
Big 50. That is a fact, family. What's what's next for you? Where we going? What today? What's the next move for you that we all need to be on the lookout for?
I mean, there's so much. Like we got right now. Shout out to Reflex Radio, Reflex Films. We shooting a pilot for the series. It's called Route.
Mm.
I play Hefe.
Come on, let's go.
Hector,
El
Hector
Jefe.
the Hefe. You feel
Come
me?
on.
It's only right.
Yep.
But
Yes, sir.
yeah, we're working on that series. I got 2 other people that want me to, after they see me acting in this, they want me to jump onto
Let's go.
they film scripts as well. One of them is actually I'm gonna be the main person in one of them, which is dope.
Mm.
Besides the acting, Music, there's a whole bunch of more music coming out. I've been in the gym, so I'm about to give y'all some more
Let's get
visuals.
right.
I'm not
Let's
lying.
get right.
You're
Come
about to get
on.
some more visuals. I'm about to flood y'all with visuals, especially in the summer.
Oh
Got a
yeah.
lot of songs, you know what I'm saying? So might as well give y'all some visuals now.
True indeed. True indeed.
Yeah, just everything more.
Just
Everything gonna
more.
be bigger too. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a point where it's like, all right, there was a perfect example. There was a Staten Island, who's the king, top list type rappers, artists on the island and stuff. I was surprised I made it. They do this list thing every year. Like
True
ever
indeed.
since
True
I've been in
indeed.
the music side, I've seen this list come up every year, right? This is the first year I'm actually on the list, so I started laughing, right? But these lists don't mean nothing to me. It's somebody giving you their favorite artist,
Yeah,
basically.
for
That's
sure.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's biased to whoever their favorite artist
It's
is. So
perspective.
I don't
Just
I don't care no
perspective.
more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's perspective. I
Yeah.
don't care about the list. It's laugh. I laughed it off like, oh, I made it to the list. I think I was like, there's probably like 90 people on this list. I'm probably fourth from the bottom. So I'm like, dang, at least I made the list, I guess. Like, whatever. But I'm looking at the list, so I'm seeing names that I know about 99% of the list,
For
obviously.
sure. It's just stomping
So
grounds.
I'm looking at the list and I'm like, all right, this is a crazy list because half of these people, more than half, aren't active. So how
Mm.
do they like? For
How they
me,
even be referenced?
how can you gauge this concept of somebody is the king of something or somebody's the best, either the best artist or the best whatever collection, if they're not active? You know what I'm saying? That's
Doesn't
like
make
me
any
saying,
sense.
and I get a lot of shade when I say this, but it's fine. I don't care. Obviously,
Yeah.
people will say, "Oh, Biggie is one of the best hip hop artists ever, top five." How can he be top five if he didn't make it? You know what I'm saying? He didn't withstand the time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's people that's come like somebody. I got into not an argument, but like a
But a
debate with
debate.
somebody the other day. They were like, "You crazy? Michael Jackson or smoke Chris Brown will smoke Michael
Breezy.
Jackson in a dance
Breezy's a
battle."
bad
I just
man.
want people to know that. Like, if you
Breezy's a
really
bad
think
man.
that Michael Jackson that gave you the same exact moves every performance
Yeah.
is gonna outsmoke somebody that learned from him and made million more dance moves after this.
Yeah.
If you think that that man that showed the way is gonna dog walk Chris Brown, you crazy.
Yeah. Breezy different. Breezy next level. Michael Jackson's stardom
So
is
listen,
unmatched.
I'm Michael
But when
Jackson
it comes to
fan.
dancing
So
though,
I'm
Breezy's
Michael
bad.
Jackson fan. Michael Jackson is not dog walking Chris Brown in the battle. Like maybe like hit records, not even that. Like Chris Brown got hits.
Yeah.
So it's like getting to these type of debates, but it's like, all right, but I have a point of where I'm coming from. There's no point stands when you're saying these people are the best, but they're not active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
You got
can't.
to have the metrics in order to define. Because if things would run rampant in that context, if people just have open ended statements, it
That's why I
has to
don't
be
let none
some
of
type of
this.
context.
I don't let none of those lists bother me. I don't let none of the people that chatter. There's people that be like, "Oh, you're not a good artist. You're not even a contender." And I'm just like, "All right, if that's how you feel, then you're not
Yeah.
listening. You're not tapped in.
You're
Somebody
not tapped in.
misinformed you, sir." But it's all right.
So good.
That's, I don't pay no mind to none of that. There's so many
Nah.
times that people try to drag me into some of these hip hop battles and beefs. And I don't got time for none of that. I'm not getting paid for that. I did all of this stuff already. I don't got a point to prove no more. It's proven. You can
Right.
go back that I can rap. I don't care about that. It's
True indeed.
proven that I can make good music. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's proven. So I don't care. I made more money off merch than I did music.
Your business acumen, entrepreneurship,
You know what I'm saying?
marketing.
Even that is like I made family and new people that didn't know me off of merch without the music side that draw them to the music. Like, oh, that hoodie is fire. Where can I get one? I made it. Oh, word? What do you do? Boom, here you go. Now
Yep.
it's I gave you a whole package, and now it's like, oh wow, he's really
Absolutely.
doing this.
Absolutely. You put
So
me in a
people just
position
gotta
to get some paper.
understand
Tell you that much.
everything ain't music.
Come on,
Matter of
nigga.
fact, let's talk numbers musically.
Come on.
Musically, I just checked my numbers yesterday. Yesterday. So from 2018 till now, dropping music out, I only made I think it's like $1,200 off music, right?
Yeah. This is
Twelve
through.
hundred.
Okay.
It's like Apple Music, all those
Yeah, absolutely. Through the streaming
platforms put
platforms.
together, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
So streaming music wise,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
made $1,200,
yeah.
right? People are like, well, that's still you still make great money. I spent way more than $1,200
Absolutely,
on music.
for sure,
That's what people
for
forget,
sure.
right? But then I
Thousands.
started to look at the merch aspect, and I was like, yo, this is crazy because a lot of people don't even do merch,
Yep.
right? So on the merch side, since 2018,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna say we did quadruple that.
Absolutely,
You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
absolutely.
I don't want to throw old numbers and stuff
No, not at
online,
all.
but
Not at all.
quadruple that in merch
So
in
you
the
make
same
sure.
amount of time.
So let me ask you this question. I'm gonna cut the wisdom. So that being said, what do you feel is more a priority? Is the bars a priority, or is branding a priority? Well,
For
what
me,
for you?
both. For
Okay.
me, both.
Yeah.
I can I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like for the new music and stuff, I can't get behind the brand of something that's not real. It's
Mm,
not authentic because now it's like we both look stupid.
I get you. I see what you're
Like
saying.
matter of fact, dragged into some problems with music people like back in the day, and then 2 weeks later they're friends. So now me and this person got static, and y'all friends again. It's crazy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And you dragged me into this. Like I had
Yeah.
nothing to do with
It
this
get
at
kind of
all.
wacky. That's why a lot of situations when you got discrepancies with any other individual, yo, listen, man, you make sure take care of that. Figure that out because when you start bringing other people involved, understand there's no turn back for me because now I'm on the outside and now my relationships are ruined because of a judgment. Just me being a supporter, standing next to your side, and you kumbaya the next day. How about
I,
you just
listen,
keep me out of it?
the best thing I ever heard somebody tell me was we was at a performance on the island, and I barely like I'm not a big fan of doing performances out here only because it gets crazy out here. It's
Yeah,
like y'all say, oh, Staten Island is the quiet borough, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that
nah, it
don't
gets
be
turned
too
up.
there, but it be turned
It be
like
turned
it be
up.
people like it's wild out here. Like so, we sitting in this event, something goes down, right? So I'm just cooling in the corner in the back. Somebody comes up to me like, yo, how you know every party all the time, even the people that's fighting each other. You know everybody and
Everybody,
you cool with everybody and don't have smoke with nobody. I mind my
mind your
business.
business, dog. Best
I mind the
business.
business that pays me. You know what I'm saying? If
Absolutely.
that business ain't paying me, y'all, whatever beef y'all got is not like contributing to my pockets. I don't care. Listen, y'all do what y'all gotta do. At the end
Absolutely.
of it, listen, I'm still solid with both of y'all. That ain't got
Indeed.
nothing to do with me. Unless you make it my problem, it's not my problem.
Facts.
And that's
That
how
is a
I've literally just been carrying myself for the past few years. Because before that, literally, I was in every problem. I was literally the problem child.
I mean, no, and you know how
So,
it goes. See, when you outside, and there's a lot of things that come with being outside,
oh, for
and
sure.
these are some of the things that we got to be really mindful of because when you start walking down these paths, you got to make sure that this is something that you want to do, something like this, something that you want to do. It's something that you want to get yourself involved in, where you want to go,
For
something
sure.
that you may drag other people into, and a lot of times, who want to risk not only your freedom, but say the people that you're around. You don't want to put them in jeopardizing, compromised
Oh, no.
positions.
Listen,
So
I used to be the hothead all the time. Like, I used to be with all of this stuff. And then, like, I done
yep,
seen people get their face cut. And I done seen people get shot. I done seen people get in person. Like,
in real
I'm
time,
not with none
absolutely,
of that. Like, I'm not here for that. That's not what
not
we
at
here
all.
for. So, even if you one of those people that be outside, like, hating on people, that's cool. Listen, you can go hate on whoever you want. Just keep that away from me. And once I start
Absolutely,
to feel the energy is off or slightly to the left, I'm sliding. Low key, I won't say
you
bye to
already
nobody in the spot. I just slide off.
deuces out of
Every
here.
time.
Yep.
Anytime I'm in a spot and you can ask any people that I be around. If I slide off and I don't say bye to nobody, it's because there was some wacky stuff
Something's
going
off.
on. I peeped it and I'm
Yep.
out of here. I don't got time
Absolutely.
to play.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Life is too
I'm the same
precious for
way.
that. For
I'm the same.
real.
I'm the same way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Things ain't moving right. I'm sliding out the back door. I got to go.
I'm going out
Hold
the
up.
front. They gonna know I left. Whoever I see on the way out, I'm leaving. But other than that, everybody else, even family parties, like when it gets start getting wacky at family parties,
got to go.
yo, we didn't even see you leave. Nope. I gathered the tribe, and yo, we out of here.
We
Get in the
out of here.
car.
Got to go. I'm going to the bathroom.
I'm not saying none of that. We just walking out the studio. Let's go. We out now. Just walk out. Don't say bye to nobody. Just get to
Meet
the
you at the
car. We
car.
out of here. For real.
No doubt, Finley. I'm gonna say, man, it's been a super pleasure for you coming up. I appreciate you. I
Appreciate
love
you
you.
having me.
Huh? Oh, come on, Finley. You know that's regular. This is we doing this again like very soon. Whenever
I'm
you
with. Honestly, I
talk to me.
got a better idea since
Talk to
it's
me.
getting nice out.
Yes,
You
yes.
could pull up on me. We could have one screen, and it could just be both of us having a conversation. I got a microphone here too that we can set up.
I'm
We
down
can
for
have a
that.
we can have a conversation by the pool. You know what I'm saying? Some
I'm with that.
cigars.
And real,
You know what I'm
I am
saying?
with that. 110% with that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that play together because I'm super down. We gotta be outside. It's nice out there. It's nice
Listen,
outside. It's gonna be nice outside. Summertime
listen,
vibes.
you know
I mean,
me. I'll be outside getting butter pecan Puerto Rican tan. You feel
and you,
me?
yo, and you do that girl thing, and you do the grill thing. Come on, they don't understand. You do the.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Come, they
There's
don't
so many
understand.
aspects of stuff where it's like people look at it like, if you really do this, that, the
They
next
don't
thing, like
know. They don't
even
know.
even when I tell people I used to be a baker, they be like, you used to bake, like bake
Word is
what?
born.
Like bagels, cakes, muffins, cinnamon rolls, like I
Real
make all
talk.
of these things. So like when people be like, oh, what you bringing to this Friendsgiving? Oh, she gonna make some food, but I'm gonna make some desserts and they
Yeah.
go like this, gone.
That's a Fendi.
You know what I'm looking for this year? Actually, I'm looking forward to Friendsgiving this year.
I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. I'm pumped up. I can't wait for this one. I'm
Nah,
ready.
yeah. Friendsgiving is gonna be a good time. You know what I'm
Legendary.
saying? I
And
love Friendsgiving because it's like we get the good eat, but
come on.
everybody come together and we get the good vibes.
Come on, family.
That's what I really
Absolutely.
like. All the
And they
side
go.
conversations and whatnot.
Come on. And I've been making it there on time. I've been coming earlier. I've been making it earlier. Yeah, I used to come late all the time because of
Look who's
work.
in the chat. Boo boo's in the chat.
Boo
Friendsgiving,
boo
you know the
squad is in the
vibe.
building. Word is born. Real talk, man. I swear
That's another good relationship I made in this adult. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on.
I make
Solid.
meaningful relationships. Like it's not it's not like I just want to be friends with everybody. I make meaningful relationships that
Make them
have
count.
impact and they make like things go by. Like, and it's
Absolutely.
not like I don't want time to pass me and be like, damn, I wasted time.
True
I want
D.
time to pass by and be like, yo, you remember that day when we
Ab-
was outside on the grill and then Hun got drunk and he fell on the floor and got a blast angel. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibes I want to have. Like I
Come
want to
on,
live.
family.
Man.
That's
Time
a
is too
Fendi.
short to not live.
Absolutely. Man, I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. I'm pumped. I'm ready for that side by the pool, man. I'm ready for that action, man. That gonna be legendary right there. That's
Love
definitely
you
gonna be
too, man.
legendary.
That's a vibe.
Come on, loved one. Man, I can't say it enough. I really appreciate you pulling up. It means a lot to me. And I know it's regular degular, this is what we do. But I'm saying, you always extending the hand and you're always willing to support. And that counts because it makes me want to do that more as well. So when you say what things can we add um to our repertoire, to our character, to our identity. These are some of the things that I love to inherit, that I love and learning from the people that I'm around, because I know I'm around a good cast and good character and good moral conducted people, and you're one of them. And you always do things subtly without even saying it that I pick up on, where I'm like, oh, I need to do more of that because it yields a better return for the near future. So when you said about investing in the people that you're around and doing these type of things, it's not just saying I'm building a relationship just to build a relationship. This is an investment because I know that the people that I'm investing in, I know that they have my best interest. I know that it's a good business venture. There's more that's gonna come from it by me building this relationship than not.
Sure.
And I feel that I watch you, how you build your relationships and how you do things, and I say, you know what, I need to do more of that because I see that it yields a larger return in the near future. So that's super
Appreciate you.
commendable for you, and you got definitely a
Listen,
million and one skill sets.
one hand wash the other, they both wash the face.
Come on, loved one. Oh man, it's been a pleasure, family. Tell everybody where they can find you at, and give the ads and let them know where the music at, everything.
On social media, if you on Instagram, you can find me at I am Nitty Ice, Nittiiiice
Mm-hmm.
on music streaming platforms, Tidal, all those good ones. It's Nitty Ice, Nittiiiice, and I have the older music is under Frank Nitti. So Frank Nitti. But if you want Apple Music, you can just hit me up and I'll send you the playlist. I got an active playlist that every time I drop a song or one of my artists drop a feature for somebody else, I put them all in one. So there's one spot you can find all of our music together.
Fire, fire, man. This. It is what it is. You feel me? That's what it is. It's
You
what it
know
is.
that?
You gonna catch us on the next round by the pool. You heard? Talk about that
For
one. They gonna catch us by
sure.
the
For
pool.
sure. Tattoos out. Yeah.
Yo, I
Tattoos
love you,
will
family.
be in
Thank you for
effect.
everything, and we definitely gonna do this again many times.
Love you too, King. You know the vibes for sure. We
Absolutely.
outside.
Yes, sir. We tapped out respectfully.
Chill.
Man, that was super super dope. That is my brother.